Live from the Kettering Sports Medicine Center here in Dayton, Ohio, it's the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University pregame show on the Indiana Ice Hockey Twitter page. I'm Sam Weixler, your host. Alongside me, the voice of Indiana hockey, Casey Roehl. Casey, Indiana is 9-9-2 and find themselves at 6th in the TSCHL by way of goal differential. And the Dayton Flyers have struggled this season. The Flyers, led by Coach Morris, have been sputtering around to a 2-17-0 record and are in the very bottom of the cellar in the TSCHL. Casey, this is an interesting matchup. Indiana coming off 2 straight losses. They gave up a total of 11 goals in 2 games last weekend. What do you expect to see from Indiana?
Well, first off, Sam, we're not struggling with this view we've got right here. We're about 20 feet extended up above the ice, a direct center ice view with a bit of an overhang, so that's a bit of a positive. We don't have the plexiglass that we typically have got back at Frank Southern Ice Arena, so if a puck comes careening up here, I'm going to count on your emergency goaltending reflex skills to jump in front of me to make a glove save, or to use your elbows to have the inbuilt-in blockers to protect the face. But anyways, talking about the series, let's focus our attention to tonight. Dayton, let's not overwrite Dayton, because in previous years, Indiana's had trouble coming here on the road, and the Flyers looking to just save face at some point in the season, having not won a game in the TSCHL. It's not a year that they'd want to remember, but it's also something else that Andrew Newman used as fuel on the bus ride over here. Don't get overconfident with a team that may not have the best record, because that's how teams lose games in this league.
That's exactly right, Casey. Coach Newman for Indiana stressed on the bus ride, and as the guys were getting off, to treat this like every other game is going to be a playoff game, win or go home. And he was dead serious when he said it, and because he knows for Indiana to climb up in the TSCHL rankings and for Indiana to stay where they are in the ACHA rankings as well, they've got to play their best hockey every single night they head out on the sheet of ice.
Indiana was fortunate last week because they were playing the number 6 team in the Central Region in Miami, and they were playing the number 1 team in conference, so the losses for Indiana and the sweep for Miami didn't affect where Indiana was ranked. They still maintained the number 12 ranking in the Central Region, but a loss to Dayton that could drop significantly in the rankings. And the Flyers, even though they don't look that intimidating on paper, they've got some straight ballers who can put up numbers at any time.
They sure do, Casey. Matt Vild is one of those guys. He leads the team in assists. He's the guy who can pass the puck all the way around. And his line mate, Eric Chidster, is the top of the team in goals for the Flyers. He's got 15 biscuits in the basket. He'll be a guy that Indiana needs to keep track of on the ice. Last weekend against Miami, there were several instances where the Cream and Crimson seemed to lose their place on the ice and ended up leaving lanes open for shooters and passes, and they need to make sure they are coordinated in their defense and in their attack this evening.
Well, Chidster, he's got 15 goals. That's top 5 in the TSCHL, and he's put him up against some pretty big teams. He's got 7 goals in his last 4 games dating back to the beginning of the spring semester. So he's continued to put up numbers from where he left off in the fall semester. And let's not talk about the defensive pairings for Indiana. It's another mix-up with what we've been used to seeing. Colin Fitzgerald, he's been a mainstay on the blue line, but Barrett McDaniel slated to get the start again tonight, a forward on the roster who's going to get a chance as a defenseman on the blue line with the shortage of blue liners on this active roster for Indiana. So we'll look to see how Indiana spaces out both Vild and Chidster as the game goes on.
One effect that this could have, the change in the lineup, both Colin Fitzgerald and Barrett McDaniel, as you said, very forward-minded, attack-minded defensemen. Fitzgerald leads the team for Indiana in points scored, and McDaniel normally listed as a forward, as you just mentioned. So there's essentially 5 attackers on the ice potentially for Indiana at all times with this starting 5.
And it's also interesting to note, Aiden Goodfellow doesn't get the start on D when he's been the primary D partner of Fitzgerald when there's no Scott Berger or Will Patton available. So we'll look to see how Goodfellow's mixed in on the blue line today, but I'm also interested to see how Indiana works in the forecheck, because the last 2 games that Indiana's played, they were dominated on a defensive glass and in the defending zone. They weren't able to clear the puck against Miami at all. That created many scoring chances for the Redhawks on the forecheck. So I want to see if Indiana can push the pace and the tempo today to get their agenda forward, saying, okay, we had a couple of bad games against Miami last weekend. That's not going to happen this weekend and not going to happen against this team.
Most certainly, Casey. The back check wasn't quite there for Indiana. The forecheck wasn't there for Indiana. They need to possess the puck and hold themselves accountable when it comes to keeping their sticks on the puck. Now let's look at the starting lineups for both the Cream and Crimson of Indiana and the Dayton Flyers. For Indiana, the defensemen, as we mentioned, Colin Fitzgerald and Barrett McDaniel. Fitzgerald leads the team in points. From left to right, the forward line is number 17, Vladislav Krush. The centerman is number 21, Adam Offenbach. And to his right-hand side is number 20, John Cristiano. Indiana is led by Andrew Newman, the head coach, in his third season. The captain for Indiana is number 8, Jack Jordan. The second time in a row he's been the captain of the season. And the alternates for Indiana are Fitzgerald and Patton. For the Dayton Flyers, the defensemen are number 13, Alex Studnicka, the brother of Jack Studnicka, the primary netminder for the Dayton Flyers. Number 19, Ricky Phillips is the right defenseman. From left to right for the Flyers is number 21, Eric Chidster. Number 61, Matthew Vild, who leads the team in both points and penalty minutes. And on the far right side is number 20, Declan O'Leary. For Indiana, the goaltender is Cameron McNamara. And for Dayton, the goaltender number 33, Jamie Zerdzik, is 1-3-0 on the season, allows 6.2 goals on average, and has a save percentage of 84%. Casey, that'll be interesting to see how he reacts to this offensive-minded attack from Indiana.
And especially considering the fact it's his first appearance against Indiana, the top power play unit in the TSCHL. And I want to see if Indiana utilizes the screens out in front of the net. Zerdzik, not a big guy by any stretch of the means, only 5'9", 165 pounds. So it's going to be tougher to move laterally when the power play's on for Indiana. So I want to see if they attack it with shots from the blue line, or they try to stuff and check by the net mouth if the game goes forward.
Well, this will be quite an interesting matchup as the game goes on. Alongside me has been Casey Roehl. I'm Sam Wexler for your pregame show here on Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University's broadcast network. Puck drop at 10:20. You're not going to want to miss this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Back inside the Kettering Recreational Center, Indiana Dayton getting their warm-ups in before game one of this home-and-home series. Dayton a record of 2-17. 0-9 in the TSCHL, taking on Indiana, the number 12 team of the ACHA Central Region, a record of 9-9-1-1. Casey Roehl with you alongside Sam Weixler. 20 feet up above the ice at the center ice logo from downtown Dayton. Simply now our starting lines and offensive pairings. First for Indiana, led by head coach Andrew Newman in his second season at the helm of Indiana. Second consecutive starting lineup and second consecutive start for an Offenbach ceiling line. He gets to work with Vladislav Cruz. He works as a right-winger. And John Cristiano, the lone senior in the starting five. He starts as the right winger. A young approach for Andrew Newman for a very young team here.
13 freshmen on the roster, Casey. And there's bound to be some guys that find their way into the starting lineup, and especially when there are so many guys studying abroad overseas for Indiana, they're short-staffed and short-handed, all in the same sense, because they are missing a goaltender, they're missing a defenseman, and they're missing two different forwards. Both of them have time to start. And Indiana has had to shuffle the lines around, and it looked like the game on Saturday, Indiana showed Coach Andrew Newman something that he really liked.
Indiana's Colin Fitzgerald, he's no surprise or no stranger to the starting lineup. He starts at left defense in junior of Chicago, a team leading 23 points and an active leading 8 goals. And he finds the activator for goals of Indiana. He's studying abroad overseas in Europe. He's filled by Barrett McDaniel, the freshman defenseman. A forward on the roster, he starts at right D, all in front of Cameron McNair, the senior netminder, who's had 2 starts in this building against Dayton. He's 2-0 with a 2.1 goals against average. He's got mixed numbers this year, Sam, but McNair showed in years past. Now, when he's on the road and when he gets goal support, most specifically,
he is. He's a resilient guy. He can come back and get himself back into the zone mentally. And with an offensive-minded team that Indiana has tonight, essentially 5 forwards in the starting 5. Colin Fitzgerald is a goal scorer. Barrett McDaniel listed as a forward, but doing double duty tonight. This team will take the pressure off McNamara if they play their cards right, and they'll keep the puck away from him and give him a chance to breathe every few minutes.
McNamara, 7 games this season, a 4-2 record for the 6-foot senior from upstate Illinois. 24 goals allowed. He's made 189 saves, a 3.64 goals against, and a .887 save percentage. For Dayton, they're in their white sweaters with Dayton in red lettering in front of a record of 2-17. They look for the first win at TSCHL. Actually, they're 0-9. Ranked last in the 18 league. A starting lineup of Matthew Bill, the all-time leader in penalty minutes for Dayton. He's also the active leader in assists for the Flyers. He centers line 1. Eric Kidster, the team leader in goals at 15. That's top 5 in the TSCHL. He starts at left wing. Declan O'Leary, a sophomore from Parkwood, Illinois. That's about an hour outside of where McNamara's from in Bartlett. He starts at right wing. Alex Dudnicka, the team captain, the lone senior in the starting lineup, starts at left defense. Ricky Phillips, he starts at right defense, all in front of Jamie Zurdzik, with a stranger name and a stranger result for Zurdzik. He's getting his first career start against Indiana, a team that likes to pester first-time goalies. Here's a stat for you, Sam. Indiana's faced goalies that have made their first career starts against the Freeman Crimson twice. Indiana's 2-0 while averaging just over 6 goals a game.
And one of those wins came in a 3-2 overtime victory against the Michigan Wolverines, Casey. That was a big win, not only for Indiana as a team, but for one of the backup goalies, Joseph Stebbins. McNamara obviously in the net tonight, but no matter who's on the ice for Indiana, they'll need all they can get.
It's Indiana and Dayton, and it's Jamie Zurdzik making his 6th appearance of the season. He's played 3 in 5 games over the course of 274 minutes. 166 saves for the sophomore, 6.1 goals against, and a .856 save percentage. Dayton this season, they're 0-16 when allowing the first goal. Indiana flip side, they've scored in first in 4 of their last 14 road games, so it's kind of a bit of something's got to give at this point.
Yeah, something's got to happen for this team. They are really struggling. 2 wins only in the season, none in the TSCHL. It'll be interesting to see how they can right the ship, so to speak, Casey.
It's Indiana, it's Dayton. It's the second consecutive week of what will be 3 straight weeks of home-and-home play. Opening puck drop comes your way next. You've been listening to the Club Ice Hockey Indiana University program pregame show on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network. National Center in downtown Dayton. It's Indiana. It's Dayton. It's game of the home-and-home series from Ohio. Game 2 tomorrow night in Bloomington. Casey Roehl with you alongside Weixler high above the ice from upstate Ohio. Indiana record of 9-9-1-1. Dayton 2-17. Indiana loses number 5. The White Sweaters.
Casey, I can't wait to see the offensive attack that Indiana is bringing to the table tonight. A lot of guys on the ice that can shoot the puck and shoot the puck well. I'm excited to see how much pressure they can put on the Dayton netminder. Looks like someone's baking a cake out there. Casey, plenty of icing. You know it's up to you, Casey.
Dayton's got the baby blue and white, so I'm going to go to the party and the cupcake cake as well. Face off control by the Flyers. They control out the center. Eric Kitts will battle down on Jarvis with Indiana. The front runners attack. Backhand shot on goal. Stick aside by Jamie Weixler. Making his 6th appearance this season and his first goal against Indiana. Georgie tips the puck toward the right half back. This over Indiana. Gets it off the line. To Craig Kenyon, breaks it blue right, James Tagaro, right point, Weixler line over the stick side of Zergs at the middle of the line, people stretch back, kick it, they're scored, and it's on the play, and it's Weixler one. Up to right, and they 15 in their score, Jordan, bottom of the right circle, short side, Weixler, just inside, it rolls out to the blue line, and Goodfellow for Indiana resets out to center, slap shot, pat, left point, Walker saving the butterfly by Zergs. It skitters up into the mesh to the right side, out of play. Minute 25 in the period 1. There's still no score.
This game has been pretty even keel most of the first few minutes we've seen. Casey, no team breaking out in any powerful manner.
A shot from the right point by Clark was batted by McNamara. He lost control of where it was. It rolled behind him, but the 6-foot senior netminder puts his stick toward the puck to keep it out of the goal line. And we remain scoreless. A minute 47 seconds into period 1. Face off to McNamara's left. Dayton controls Martini. They work the center. It's batted out to center ice. Indiana with Aiden Goodfellow, hands off Chappelle. The attacking zone, weaves through the center. Top of the circle, Wrister blocked. He chases on this backhand centering feed for Sharp. Batted down, and it's saucered out to center. Indiana forced to recontrol.
2:40 into period 1. No score between Indiana and Dayton from Kettering. The Flyers from right to left. Ben Webster, right circle, his wrister, wide blocker side, and now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 17-12 remaining in period 1. There's still no score between Indiana and Dayton. Interesting situation so far, Casey, as both sides have been evenly matched. Neither team getting up to a fast start as we expected. Both are getting plenty of shots on goal.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. Carter Bonecutter for Indiana against Tregzer, and it's Bonecutter controlling. Left point backhand shot on goal by McDaniel. Stick aside by Zerdzik. Rolls left tap catcher. McDaniel, the lefty stick handler. Saucer pass to Sharp. Left dot. Pinned to the wall. No penalty called. Bonecutter for Indiana on a forecheck. He backhands to Curtis Hubbard back behind the net. He was one of 2 goal scorers for Indiana last time out and a loss to Miami on Saturday last week. Sharp high slot between the circles, whips the puck to Hubbard back behind the net, pitchforks to Bonecutter, left half catcher, works it to the point, kept in by McDaniel as far as the blue line, and Dayton works it out to center. Brandon Hines filters back behind McNamara as Dayton makes a line change. 2.5 into period 1, no score. Indiana and Dayton from Ohio. Fitzgerald for Indiana, enters the attacking zone, right circle, dips past a man, fans on a shot, he controls, left goal line, centering pass, Bonecutter scores! Fitzgerald from the bottom of the left circle, fanned on an initial wrister, got his own miss, and centered to Bonecutter backdoor post, and the freshman from Fort Wayne taps in his 2nd goal of the season to put Indiana up 1-0 with 16:23 left in period 1.
Awesome start for Indiana by Fitzgerald. He was able to weave and slide his way right through the slot in between multiple defensemen and got the job done with a quick pass over the Bonecutter.
Indiana, only the 5th time in their last 15 road games they've scored first. Face off at center, Indiana controls. Vladislav Krush guides the puck back behind Zerdzik. Battle for the puck to Zerdzik's left. Indiana controls in the attacking zone. It's Bonecutter working it right point. Indiana with James Todaro. Cross-ice pass looking for Georgiou. Pickpocketed by Dayton. And here comes Declan O'Leary right side. He enters the zone offside. O'Leary down the middle of the ice. Was cutting toward the net. But Eric Chidster, the team leader in goals, was in on the left side. Just a couple steps ahead of O'Leary. That brings the faceoff out to neutral. 16 minutes to go in period 1, a 1-0 advantage for Indiana over Dayton. Face-off controlled by the Cream and Crimson. Offenbach, rink wide pass. James Georgiou filters out to center. Cristiano touch over towards Cruz. Top of the circles. Backhander on goal. Stick aside. Zerdzik rebound in front. They score! Offenbach back to a post. Indiana takes a 2-0 lead just over 4 minutes into period 1.
A 3-2 rush by Indiana. All 3 forwards for Indiana put the puck on each other's tape. A great set of passes from the neutral zone in toward the goal line, and they got the job done, passing amongst themselves and right around the netminder, Jamie Zerdzik.
Offenbach collects his 5th goal of the season, and Indiana's got their fastest start to a road game this season. A week after Indiana had only scored 2 goals in an entire series, they scored 2 goals in less than 4.5 minutes. Face off at center, Jordan for Indiana from left to right. Works it to Kissel, back check from behind. Ricky Phillips lobs it out to center. Kissel for Indiana pitches it out to the center ice logo. Dayton from right to left as you listen. They trail 2-0. 15:25 left in period 1. Phillips left circle wrister. Sprawling stick save made by McNamara. Rolls out left point. Bobby Bradley's wrister turned aside. It rolls out toward the right circle. Indiana with Goodfellow lobs it out to center where the Flyers forced to recontrol. Kissel on a back check for Indiana. Right circles. Wink right pass Kenyon. Left circle deflected. His wrister was a bit wide blocker side. 5 minutes in the period. 1-2-0 lead for Indiana over Dayton. The Flyers from left to right. Nick Tregzer, left goal line, his wrister, gloved down by McNamara, the hauled action, 14:56 left in period 1, Indiana leads 2-0.
2 goals in under 5 minutes, Casey. This is exactly the type of start that Indiana needed. They put their opponents on their back, they scored a couple of quick goals, and now the defense for Dayton are now nervous about their play, and the offense have to work that much harder to get back into this game.
Line changes for both sides. 11-on-11 face-off. Indiana's number 11, Christian Champel, wins the draw. Delayed offside. Alex Shabazz entered the left side with Champel also careening out toward the center ice logo. Dayton chips and chase from right to left. 14.5 to go in period number 1. Indiana leads 2-0. Fitzgerald, the active leader in points for Indiana. Saucers out to center. Champel down the left boards, enters the attacking zone. And now Indiana enters offside. Jack Null down the right boards, had his left skates past the blue line. That brings a face-off out to neutral with 14:27 left in period 1. Indiana up 2-0.
Would have been a healthy attack and not an offside, but Null was mistimed after his defenseman pushed away the attacker for Indiana, and the puck just moved across the blue line a little bit too quickly.
Face-off at neutral, Indiana controlling at the red line. Now we get another whistle and a high stick. The face-off comes into the Indiana D zone. No penalty, but for the puck being played by a high stick, it just goes into the offending team's defending zone. Face-off to McNamara's left. Dayton controls the draw. Chidster works at right point. Wrister on the way by Barolo. Wide stick side. Dayton controls the puck on the forecheck. Declan O'Leary behind the net. Sticked off the puck by Fitzgerald. Saucers out to center. And Matthew Vill, the active leader in penalty minutes and the all-time leader in PIMs for Dayton, forced to play that center. He backhands to Alex Studnicka, the senior captain in the defending zone. Slaps off of Null's stick and careens up into the mesh down the near boards out of play. 6 minutes into period one, Indiana leads 2-0 over Dayton. Decent crowd on hand with the stands down to our right, just about 75% full. Face-off at neutral, directly in front of us down the right boards. Dayton controls. Studnicka, rink-wide pass to the left side. Nick Traeger works it out to center, intercepted by Indiana. Bone cutter, dances past a man, swaggers past a second. Backhands to Hubbard, rolls out to the blue line. Indiana can't contain the rolling puck. Sharp bats it out to Todaro, center ice. 13 and a half to go in period one. 2-0 lead for Indiana over Dayton. Sharp, right circle. Cycles the puck to Bone Cutter, back behind the net. Edged off the man. He swats it toward the left goal line. Studnicka collects for Dayton. He whips it up above the high glass. And that one careens up and out of play. Are we going to get a delay of game? No, we will not. We will get a face-off for Indiana in the attacking zone.
Casey, it looked like the puck did not hit anything before leaving the field of play. Interesting call there by the referee and the linesman on the far side of the ice.
The ACHA rules are a bit different from the NCAA rules. In NCAA hockey, it's just a face-off in the attacking zone for the opposing team. In professional hockey, it's a 2-minute penalty. Face-off controlled by Indiana to Zerdzik's right. The Cleveland doesn't have it. Hubbard back behind the net, sandwiched by a couple of flyers. Matthew Vild whips it out to center. Lob pass. O'Leary settles it down right boards. Pickpocketed by Patton for Indiana. Chips it toward Hubbard. Lost it at center. Pinball at the center ice logo. Here comes Bill. Past the blue line. Into the zone. High slot. Hands off to Phillips. Cutting on goal. Deflected. Chidster bottom of the right circle. Resets straight away. One-timer Bill right point. Sprawling stick save made by McNamara as he redirects the puck to the right goal line. 12:50 to go in period one. It's still 2-0 Indiana. Puck loose in front of McNamara. Patton collects after a big hit on by Bone Cutter, put on by Phillips. And Indiana's bench, they're elevated and energized after that one.
Casey, the bodies are being thrown. There are big hits all over the ice. McNamara was on his belly making a save. This is heating up.
Dayton from right to left. The Flyers trail 2-0, 12.5 to go in period one. Trevor Roehl, right goal line. Edged off the puck. Indiana with Bone Cutter. He filters back to Shabazz, and he whips it out to center. Cristiano for Indiana. Lost the puck off his stick blade. Jay Clark at center. Turns over. Here comes Indiana from left to right. Fitzgerald enters the attacking zone right side. Dips past a couple of men. Puts it between his legs. Cristiano close-ended shot right goal line. Turned aside by Studnicka. And it's rolling out toward the blue line. Dayton controls. They move ahead from left to right. Clark in the attacking zone. Left circle, wrister high and wide glove side of McNamara. Bruce for Indiana clears out to center. 8 minutes into period one. Dayton on top. Dayton trails 2-0. Bobby Bradley, left circle, slapper, and McNamara makes a butterfly glove save to halt action. 11:42 left in period one. Dayton up 2-0 as we step aside from Kettering Rec Center. You're listening to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network. Bottom of the right goal line. Saucer pass out to left goal line. Centers to Jordan back behind the net. Pushes out to Shabazz. Works it to James Demore. Right to the Weixler turn the side of the slot. Indiana with Kettering. Works it back to Jordan. Bottom of the left circle. Looking middle of the ice. Works the puck to Kettering. He falls to the ice. No penalty called. And Dayton unable to clear the zone. Cade Kettering right circle. Half that hands off to Sharp. Slaps the puck behind Zerdzik, and it's Dayton struggling to clear the zone. Kenny maintains the puck left goal line. He's got it at the corner boards. Kenyon left slipper at the slot. His wrister turned aside. Puck from the left goal line. Jordan doesn't pull the trigger.
A very prolonged attack by Indiana, and it looks like they're going to keep the pressure up still.
9 minutes in the period. 1-2 lead for Indiana. Shot for the right circle by Kenyon. Whistles high on the ground over the crossbar. Block inside. Indiana takes it out to the defending third. Lefty D-man puts it on the backhand. Filters to Zerdzik's right. The side of the goal line sticks inside. Jabs it to left. Pass to Roehl. 10 minutes in the period. 1. Indiana 2 quick goals in the span of less than 3 minutes. Sets behind the 10 minutes in the period. That's the second time today Jack Bell has been the guilty party.
Casey, I also think Goodfellow was a little bit too eager to get into the zone as well. The missed hit right at the blue line put his left skate in the wrong direction of the blue line as the puck was played.
9:38 left in period 1, 2-0 lead for Indiana. The Freeman Crimson control. Swatted back behind Zerdzic. Work it out, Nick Traegsler out to center. Pinball at the center ice logo. No, hands off to Champel for Indiana. He enters left side, top of the circles. Backhand behind the net, works it on a forehand, now twists it to no. It's swatted away by Dayton. Anthony Martini works it out to the blue line, and now he clears out to center. 9 minutes left in period 1. Indiana leads 2-0. Delayed offsides. The Kleeman Crimson control left side. No, in the attacking zone. Down the middle of the ice. Has it right circle. His wrister stick saved to the butterfly by Zerdzic. He kicks it toward the far corner where Indiana makes a quick line change. Turnover at the blue line. Fitzgerald for Indiana. In the slot. He walks on goal. He pulls a one-handed shot on. Stick aside by Zerdzic. And he throws the glove on to make the stop.
Almost an incredible play by Fitzgerald. He had a lot of determination going in toward the goal line on the seat of his pants, trying to poke at the puck. And he was just ever so close at putting the puck across the goal line, but couldn't get the job done, and Indiana will end up making a line change.
Fitzgerald, the active leader in goals with 8 for Indiana. Face off to Zerdzic's left. Bone cutter, centering pass for Sharp. It rolls just off his stick blade. Indiana maintains the attacking zone with 8.5 to go in period 1. They still lead 2-0. Todaro, right point. Centers, looks for Bone cutter underneath his stick. Indiana on a forecheck. Bone cutter bangs it toward Hubbard behind the goal. The lefty freshman has it left goal line, looking middle of the ice. He kicks it off his stakes, boots it toward the goal line, swatted out by Dayton, and it's Joey Duford. Rink-wide pass into the attacking zone. Brandon Hines, left circle, puts it on the backhand, goes in on that left goal line. His wrister turned aside by McNamara, hits off with a script Indiana in his chest. And the Cream and Crimson from left to right with 8 minutes to go in period 1. They lead 2-0 over Dayton. Josh Sharp gains the line, falls to the top of the circles. He gets it back bottom of the right circle. His wrister stick to side, and now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. With 7:53 to go in the first, we get an elbowing call. At the moment is what we're going to get. And now it's going to be a roughing call on Brandon Hines of Dayton. And so for the first time today, Indiana on the power play. 7:53 to go in period 1. Indiana leads Dayton 2-0. Casey Roehl with you alongside Sam Weixler from the Kettering Recreational Center in Dayton, Ohio. Face off to Jamie Zerdzik's left. Indiana controls off the draw. Adam Offenbach works at right point. Hubbard hands off to Cruz. Top of the circles. Wrister bounced off the backboards, and it's Indiana left goal line. Jack Kissel edged off the puck. Billed for Dayton. Saucers out to center. And it's Indiana forced to recontrol in the defending zone. 7.5 to go in period 1. 100 seconds left on the Indiana power play. They lead 2-0. Eric Chidster for Dayton on the penalty kill. Rifles the puck from right to left to McNamara's left in goal. Dayton short-handed Trevor Barola. He takes a huge hit on the corner boards. No penalty called. And Indiana from left to right. Offenbach, the freshman, swerves into the attacking zone. walks the near boards, hands off Goodfellow right point, swatted out by Dayton. Chidster at the red line. Stick checked, and it's Goodfellow regaining the attacking zone for Indiana. Right goal line, backhands the puck to Kissel left side. He's got it in the corner boards, stapled off the puck by a couple of flyers, and it's Dayton with Matthew Vild pitchforking it out to center, where Goodfellow forced to recontrol. 6:45 left in period one. Indiana leads 2-0. 50 seconds on the Indiana power play. Kissel, left half dasher, works it to the point. Champel twists the puck to Kissel at the goal line, spins past a couple of defenders, works his way toward the net, and a slot. His wrister high and wide over the blocker's side of Zerdzik. It rolls to the right point. Patton for Indiana can't maintain the attacking zone. It's rifled down from right to left as Dayton makes a line change with 6:20 left in period one. Indiana leads 2-0.
Casey, Indiana's really having trouble setting up their attack in a coordinated manner. It's kind of haphazard at the moment.
Patton, left circle, snaps a shot, he scores! Patton off a backhand pass from Fitzgerald, worked his way to the left circle, and the junior from Carmel, Indiana, deposits his first goal of the season. 6:12 left in period one. Indiana leads 3-0. A power play goal for Patton, his first career man advantage attack for Indiana.
A haphazard attack from the Cream and Crimson. Will Patton throwing a wrist shot from the blue line out of nowhere as bodies were crossing every which way in front of the netminder's eyes. Zerdzik never had a really good look at that puck.
The third different goal scorer for Indiana in this opening period. And for Indiana, it ends an 0-for-2 stretch on demand advantage since the end of last Saturday's contest. Both teams wanting some moderate explanations.
Casey, it looked like the goaltender for Dayton had his glove and his blocker knocked off possibly in the confusion.
Well, it stays on the ice. It's 3-0 Indiana, 6:10 remaining in the first period. Dayton controls the draw. They skate from right to left. Bobby Bradley whops the puck out to center, and Dayton with Duford whips it back behind McNamara. Barry McDaniel for Indiana backhands to Carter Bonecutter in the defending third. Now to center, Dayton controls. It's Jake Clark wrapping the puck to McNamara's left. It rims back behind the zone.
And with that goal scored by Indiana, the 2-minute misdemeanor, if you will, sentence for Bobby Bradley was commuted, and he's back on the ice. It'll be 5-on-5.
Puck to McNamara's left. It's Curtis Hubbard, the Indiana freshman, whipping it out to center between the legs of Bonecutter. That's what you'd call a nutmeg in soccer. It rolls into the attacking zone, but Bonecutter enters offside. 5.5 to go in period one, 3-0 Indiana.
The Cream and Crimson just keep on keeping on, Casey. A really relentless attack at the moment, and this offensive-minded lineup is getting the job done at the moment.
Indiana's winning the Archie Miller Bowl, if you can say anything of it. Miller, the Indiana basketball head coach, formerly with Dayton, but it's his current employer in Indiana, leading 3-0 with 5:20 to go in period one. Face-off at neutral. Dayton controls in the defending zone. Jake Clark out of upstate New York. Hands off to Mike Langbein. Through center, enters the attacking zone left side. Top of left circle, wrister stick this side by McNamara. On the butterfly save, it rolls toward the right goal line. Langbein controls. He whips the puck to Martini. Anthony Martini for Dayton, a freshman from New Jersey. Controls out to the left point, rolls underneath Alex Studnicka's stick, and it's called for an icing. It was John Cristiano flipping it out of the zone, and with 4:53 left in period one, Indiana maintains a 3-0 advantage with Dayton controlling with a face-off in the attacking zone.
Dayton struggling to get anything mounting on offense. This is a mirror image of what Indiana dealt with in Miami last Friday night. Indiana this time controlling the tempo, the pace of play, and the physicality as well as the goal scoring.
Face-off in the Indiana defending zone. Vladislav Cruz, saucer pass to center. John Cristiano for Indiana. Left half dasher, looking middle of the ice, centering pass. Cruz in the slot, has his shot deflected, and Dayton the other way from right to left. Trevor Barola, the attacking zone right side. Spinning pass, one-timer by Phillips, wide back behind the net. Dayton controls. Brandon Hines, he whips it into the trapezoid. Joey Duford is sticked off the puck by Jack Null for Indiana. Rolls out left point, kept in by Dayton's wrister Bradley. Glove save waist high by McNamara to stop play. 4:12 left in period one. Indiana leads 3-0 over the Flyers.
McNamara looking like a baseball catcher out there for the Cream and Crimson. He watched the knuckle puck float right into the twine and leather on his left hand.
Indiana
Very composed out on the ice right now.
Indiana with 3 goals in this opening period. They score more often in the opening frame than any other this season. Now their 28th first period goal this year. Face off to McNamara's left. Indiana controls out to center. Cade Kenyon zips past the red line, blazes in the attacking zone. Right circle, wrister, kick save made by Zerdzik. It rolls to the goal line. Indiana with Kenyon. Bangs it toward the left half dasher. Patton for Indiana. He controls. Slap shot deflected. They score! Patton came charging in from the left half dasher. He fired a slap shot from the left circle, and Kenyon at the doorstep tapped it top shelf underneath of Zerdzik's stick side. 4-0 lead for Indiana. 3:54 remaining in the first.
Casey, even the best goaltenders in the NHL would have a hard time stopping that shot. It was a late deflection right inside the crease, and impeccable job by Kenyon to keep his stick on the ice.
Face off at center. Kenyon controls, dips past a man, hands off toward Jordan. He comes to the crashing halt at the center ice logo. Jordan right circle in the attacking zone, back toward the net. Backhand pass Kissel. He falls to the ice left goal line. He maintains the puck in the attacking zone. Centering pass Jordan between the circles. Left dot spins. Looks for Goodfellow. Intercepted by Dayton. Matthew Vild out to center. Splits Patton. Doesn't get past Goodfellow. Right circle shot O'Leary. Wide behind McNamara, rolls out to the left circle. Vild edged off the puck by Patton, rolls back behind the net. Vild, bottom of the left circle, edged off by Patton on a stick check. The junior D-man stretches out to center. Kenyon's on a breakaway. Kenyon left goal line. He goes on goal, and he's hit from behind. Back check by Mac Lingbein, late second. It still remains 4-0 Indiana. 3:06 remaining in period 1. Lingbein may have saved the game for Dayton.
Kenyon looking a little bit gassed as he comes off the ice, so a line change for Indiana.
Vild through center for Dayton. Flings a shot from the center ice logo over the crossbar, back behind goal. McNamara doesn't know what it is. Chitzer, bottom of the right circle, got it at the goal line, spins past a couple of defenders, flicks the puck to the blue line. Jack Null for Indiana, hands off Alex Shabazz. Through center, the attacking zone, holds in the back end, bottom of the right circle, centering pass. No, hasn't hit off his stick blade. Indiana maintains the attacking zone. Shabazz to Fitzgerald, right circle, wrister, stick the side and glove by Zerdzik to stop play. Now we get some extracurricular activities after the puck was stopped. Jack Null and Alex Shabazz for Indiana exchanging some shoves, none more. And with 2.5 to go in the first, Indiana maintains a 4-0 lead.
Alex Shabazz, the guy who came out for Cade Kenyon, who needed some fresh legs in place of him. Shabazz always looking to have his teammates back. He's always willing to help out his teammates in a situation where things are getting grimy.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. It's Champel for Indiana against Chidster. And it's Chidster controlling. Whips it to Jake Clark. Left circle, centering pass. At the doorstep, Ekelin, rebound, they score! No, they wave it off last second. Goaltender's interference. Anthony Martini came in last second, chipped a wrister over McNamara, but he barreled into him before he fired the shot, and that waves a no-goal.
It was sort of a mistimed football tackle almost. Cameron McNamara took a shoulder right to the midsection, and the Dayton Flyer, who slid across the crease and the goal line on his backside, hit his head on the post, and McNamara at the same time. McNamara was shaken up. He got his mask knocked off, and he was sitting in between the pipes when the goal was scored, so it looks like this will be waved off.
It was a 2-on-1 break for Dayton on an odd man rush. We get the official rule by Rob Stasinski, the main referee. No goal for goaltender's interference. That was an obvious. The only question was whether he gets some minors. None coming, and it still remains 5-on-5.
Well, Casey, it's really nice to have the referees making the call directly below us, and the friend we've got to listen to across the ice.
Face-off out at neutral ice. Indiana in the defending zone. Christian Champel weaves past traffic towards it right goal line. And it's Dayton barreling off the puck. It's Trevor Barola in the defending zone. Through center, slups the puck along towards Clark in the attacking third. Hands off to Traeger, falls right circle, and Dayton controls out to center. 2 minutes to go in period 1. Indiana leads 4-0. Full different goal scores for the Cream and Crimson. Fitzgerald in the attacking zone. Top of the right circle. Backhand pass. Slap shot by Shabazz. It's chested down by Zerdzik, and that stops play with 1:46 left in period 1. Line change for Indiana. Line change for Dayton. The Flyers trail 4-0.
Indiana's determination and physical play has been a major factor in the 4-0 start they've gotten themselves. This will be a really good cushion to keep working on come the second period.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. Dayton controls. Will Musil lobs it from right to left to McNamara's right and goal, and it goes down for an icing. 99 seconds left in period one. Dayton's got 99 problems, but for Indiana, goal scoring ain't one. They lead 4-0.
Casey, you said it the best. I can't put it any better. A lot of goals scored by different people, and everybody seeming to get in on the attack and getting in on the fun.
We work with words for a living, so what's the good of using them if you can't use them in analogies? Face off to Zerdzik's right. It's Dayton whipping it out to center from right to left. Joey Duford right goal line, and it's swatted out by Goodfellow right circle. In the attacking zone, Dayton on a forecheck. Musil right side shot deflected wide. Indiana on a forecheck, on a back check, excuse me. They work it back to McNamara. The late offside. Dayton forced a retreat. 75 seconds left in period one. Indiana leads 4-0. Rolling puck sendled down by Null, just to the left of Zerdzik. Icing is called.
Unfortunate situation for Indiana. The icing called on them. It looked like the puck hit the bottom of the skate for one of the officials, and it changed direction at the last second, preventing a Cream and Crimson skater from getting their stick onto the puck.
Face off to McNamara's left. It's controlled by Dayton. Phil hands off to Martini. One-timer left circle, deflected off his pad. Indiana with Hubbard. Stretches out to center. Josh Sharp left side. Backhands to Bonecutter. Falls to the ice. No penalty called. 1 minute to go in the first. Dayton trails 4-0. The Flyers from right to left as you listen. Chitster past the red line. Chip and chase. Hands off to Martini. Lost it at the blue line. Indiana was sharp. Bangs it past a couple defenders. Weaves past a second. Knifes in the attacking zone. Top of the circles. Stick check by Barola. He's got it near side. He filters out to O'Leary past center. 1-on-3. O'Leary the lone Flyer. Left circle. Edged off the puck by Patton. He does a forecheck and a little bit of a bench press to get him off the puck. Indiana at the red line. Whips it toward Goodfellow left side. 20 seconds to go in period one. Indiana leads 4-0. Hubbard, left point. Edged off the puck by Chitster for Dayton. The Flyers from right to left with 15 seconds to go. They trail 4-0. Ball. Hands off to Chitster. Right side. Top of the right circle. Cleaned off the puck by Cristiano, and it's Georgia for Indiana filtering near side. 3 seconds to go in the first, and that's how the first 20 comes to an end. A dominating opening display for Indiana. 4-0 lead for the Cream and Crimson off the back of 4 different goal scorers in that opening frame. And for Andrew Newman, there's no better start you would have liked to have seen than what we just saw.
Casey, this first period, the 20 minutes were the embodiment of Coach Andrew Newman's pregame speech to this Cream and Crimson crew. They did phenomenally in keeping up the pace of play. They brought the physicality, they brought the intensity, and they had almost laser focus in keeping the puck in their offensive third of the ice and putting the puck in the back of the net.
4 different goal scorers for Indiana. One highlighted by Will Patton, scoring his first goal of the season. The last goal for Indiana, a Cade Kenyon goal, assisted by Patton on one of the crazier rebounds you will ever see. That came with just over 6 minutes to go. We'll be back with the first period stats along with our first period intermission report from the Kettering Recreational Center in downtown Dayton. You're listening to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network.
After 20 full minutes of play, the score is Indiana 4 and the Flyers of Dayton 0. This is your first intermission show here on the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University Broadcast Network, courtesy of Twitter.com and the Indiana Ice Hockey Twitter page. I'm Sam Weixler alongside Casey Roehl. Casey, 4 different goal scorers in that first period by Indiana, everybody getting in on the attack.
Everybody was, and Indiana most potent in the first period. They had scored the team best average in that first frame, 25 goals, now make it 29 in first period action. And it was Indiana, their big-time goal scorers, assisting some first-time goal scorers. Will Patton got his first goal of the season. Cade Kenyon, he's been in big positions for Indiana throughout the season. He scored the most recent goal to send Indiana up by 4 into that first period. That's his 5th of the season. But Adam Offenbach and Aiden Goodfellow also contributing in the attacking third as well. And that's put Indiana where they're at right now in the 4th spot.
First goal scored for Indiana at the 3:47 mark here in the first period. It was a goal scored by Goodfellow, assists coming from Bonecutter and Offenbach. Second coming just 30 seconds later, goal scored by Offenbach. He got it in on the action himself, and the assist came from Vladislav Krush, and we believe it'll be scored as a secondary assist to Fitzgerald. Third goal came at the 13:48 mark, scored by Will Patton on a laser beam from the left point. He had assists from Fitzgerald and John Cristiano. Final goal scored in the period at the 16:06 mark, scored by number 16 for the Hoosiers. That's Cade Kenyon. He had a great deflection right in front of the net, and the shot came from Will Patton. The pass on the secondary assist from Captain Jack Jordan. Casey, everybody getting in on the action. It made for a very exciting period, but there was a lot of physical play that interrupted the shots.
There's only one penalty in that first period, and that came on tripping and an interference call by Brandon Hines, and it resulted in a power play goal that was scored by Patton. But second periods where Dayton's got to get going. This season they've scored their fewest goals in the second frame. That's got to change if they want to have a chance in this one.
They do. The shots on goal standing at 16-9, and this is a complete turnaround from Indiana where they were last Friday night, where they got 8 shots in the first period and then 8 the rest of the game. They've got 16 right now, and it looks like they can keep this up.
That'll happen when you play the best team in the league one week and then the team that hasn't won a league game the second week. No disrespect to Dayton, but Indiana's got their legs back under them. They've had that experience of playing a top team in a league, and they've come out guns blazing to start. They know they have to win out from here on out, and they're getting off to the right foot.
And Casey, you mentioned the TACHL standings. This is a 3-point game for either side, a 6-point game as they're sometimes referred to, a 4-point game in the NHL, as obviously games are worth 2 points in the NHL. The standings, Miami is at the top by a wide margin. Next closest team is 12 points behind them. Ohio State moved up into the second spot. Bowling Green State has 18 points. They've got 6 wins and 4 losses. And Ohio, Xavier, and Indiana all knotted up for 4th place, although Ohio is the 4th place team by themselves with a +4 goal differential. Indiana -10 on the season in goals scored against for goals against. A little bit of a concern, but as a team, they're getting the goals aplenty tonight.
They're getting goals, and if they want to continue this momentum, I want to see if they come out with the same intensity in the second as they did in the first. Andrew Newman's a high-intensity coach, so we'll see in the second frame. Dayton's got to get something going because Eric Chittister and Matthew Vild have not had any sort of looks in the attacking third.
Well, Casey, the cream and crimson sweaters and the white with sky blue on the shoulders are headed back out onto the ice for another 20 minutes of action. So that'll conclude the first intermission report. Up high above ringside at the Kettering Sports Medicine Center here in Dayton, Ohio, I'm Sam Weixler alongside Casey Roehl. We'll be right back for the second period. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Twitter page.
Back from the Kettering Recreational Center in downtown Dayton, a 4-0 lead for Indiana over the Flyers after the first 20 minutes. 4 different goal scorers for Indiana. It got started with Aiden Goodfellow pitching in for his first career Indiana goal. Adam Offenbach responded moments later. And the final 5 minutes, Will Patton and Caden Kenyon deposited the final 2 Indiana goals to put the Cream and Crimson up by a 4-0 margin. Casey Roehl with you alongside Sam Weixler. Face-off resumes play at the second. Offenbach at center ice takes the face-off against Nick Traeger, and it's Dayton controlling. They skate from left to right as you listen. Traeger, right point, swats the puck to Anthony Martini, right goal line, holds in the backhand, back toward the net, spins toward the half-dasher, puts it toward the goal line, and Indiana swats it out of the zone. Vladislav Krush lobs it to center. Alex Studnicka, the senior captain for Dayton, pitchforks the puck to Cameron McNamara's right. He made 9 saves in an opening period, 9 for 9 for the senior netminder. A 2.1 goals against in his career against Dayton. Indiana with John Cristiano wafts the puck out to center ice. Cristiano holds on the backhand, works it as far as the blue line. Dayton controls in the attacking zone. Jake Clark has it behind McNamara. Indiana first to it with Colin Fitzgerald. Slips past a man, works it out to center. Stretch pass for Krush. That check from behind by Studnicka. He flips it out to center ice, and it's Dayton forced to recontrol in the defending zone. Circle-to-circle pass by Studnicka, working to Duford. 1 minute in the period 1, Dayton trails 4-0. They've got the puck skating from left to right. Duford half-dasher to left wing, stick to the boards by Jack Jordan, the senior captain, lobs it out to center. Indiana possible numbers. Krush, top of the right circle, 2-on-1 outman rush. At the dot, centering pass, stick, sliding, body save by Barola as the puck rolls out to the blue line. Dayton clears the zone. A minute and a half in the period 2. 4-0 Indiana, but now we get a whistle and too many men on the ice. It's on Indiana. Too many men on the ice. Andrew Newman knew it. The puck was in the defending zone, and that's what you have to practice in practice. The line changed. Somebody didn't get the memo, and Dayton on the power play for the first time.
That's the first mental error we've seen really for Indiana so far. That's just a mistake by all the guys, and you've got to pay attention when the game is this fast-paced. A little bit of rust for Indiana coming out of the break.
First power play chance for Dayton. They're 22% this year. Face off to Cameron McNamara's left. Will Musel takes the draw against Jordan, and it's Jordan for Indiana winning it. He pins it to the boards, but it's Dayton right corner. They flip it rink wide, left side to Studnicka. Cross ice pass to Wild. The team leader in power play goals with 4. Works at Chidster. Top of the right circle at the dot. His wrists are deflected. Rebound. Chidster, another shot. Stick aside by McNamara. It sticks to the right point. Wild. Rink wide pass. Left point. Barola. Filters the puck to the right goal line. Chidster, he looks middle of the ice. Works it to Bill. Top of the circle. Slap pass. Back to Chidster. He lost the puck in the backhand. And Patton for Indiana rings the puck down the right side. And Cade Kenyon spots it out of the zone for Indiana.
Great work by Indiana getting the puck away from their own side of the ice, and especially with the long change here in the second period, giving their guys time to rest.
2.5 into period 2. Indiana leads 4-0. A minute 6 seconds left on the too many men on the ice penalty.
Indiana really fighting back and giving Dayton all they can handle during the penalty kill for Indiana. They struggled a little bit during the season, but they're getting themselves back into shape here.
Indiana in the defending zone. Vild, he's got it top of the right circle at the dot, edged off the puck, and it's Dayton maintaining the puck on the forecheck. Barola left circle, his slap pass intercepted by Patton for Indiana. Short-handed chance for the Cream and Crimson. Patton sticks it to himself, top of the left circle, stick handles past a couple men, and now we're going to get a penalty. It's on the Flyers. Patton was slashed as he meandered past a couple defenders, had it left side. And that, just like that, Dayton's power play is expunged. It's 4-on-4 for 30 seconds.
Well, Casey, things are getting interesting. A lot of extra space out on the ice with a 4-on-4. And it'll open up the attack for either side. We could see a shorthanded goal here.
Penalty on Trevor Barola, the freshman. That's his first. 4-on-4 on the ice. 17:08 left in period 2. Indiana leads 4-0. 4 on the ice for Indiana. Christian Champel, Aiden Goodfellow, Vladislav Krush, Adam Offenbach. Face off to Jamie Zerdzik's right. Offenbach takes the draw, and it's Dayton controlling. Ricky Phillips pins the puck to the left corner boards. Offenbach in the forecheck. He's got it left half dasher at the goal line. Pinned off the wall by Phillips. Couple of bodies scrumming for control. Dayton's got it right side, Alex Studnicka. He whips it out to center. Eric Chidster jabs it into the attacking third. Indiana with Champel picks it up in the defending zone. 8 seconds on the Dayton power play. Now we're going to get another whistle and a penalty on the Flyers. Champel in the defending zone down the right side was hooked across his body, and Indiana's going to be on the power play 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 34 seconds.
A blatant miscue there for Dayton. An easy call for the official on the far side of the ice as the Indiana player was smacked across the midsection, and that was not a hard call to make. So it'll be 4-on-3, Casey, even more space on the ice for something to happen. And this is where things could get fast and loose.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. Indiana controls 5-on-3 power play for 1 minute 28 seconds. Right point. Offenbach. He's got 1 of 4 Indiana goals. Hands off to Champel. Bottom of the right circle. Centering pass. Backdoor post. Looks for Kissel. He found it a one-timer. Rolls out right point. Kept in by Indiana. Champel at the blue line. Sticked off the puck by Studnicka. The senior captain for Dayton lobs into the defending zone for the Cream and Crimson. 1-on-4. Studnicka the lone attacker. And now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. The puck hit off the moorings and over the high mesh down the near side.
Casey, there's no mesh in between us and the ice on the far side. We have to be careful. I think the National Hockey League Commissioner Gary Bettman would make us wear helmets if he saw our position.
There's a little bit of a mesh down near point, but outside that, not much. Face-off at center. Indiana controls 5-on-3 power play for Indiana for 1 minute. The Cream and Crimson lead 4-0, 4 minutes in the period 2. Jack Jordan, left circle, rink wide pass, Patton, right side, hits Rister, wide glove side. It rolls to Jordan, half dasher left wing, at the point, straight away. His Rister turn the side, kick saved by Zerdzik. It rolls out to the blue line. Indiana maintains the attacking zone. Jordan hands off Fitzgerald, right dot, backhand pass, one-timer Kenyon, sprawling, bad save made by Zerdzik. It stays out and it stays 4-0 Indiana. Jordan, right dot, slap pass to Fitzgerald. He looks middle of the ice, backdoor pass, one-timer Kenyon, he scores!
Kenyon was waiting all day for the puck to get him on the back post. He finally got the attention of the puck bearer, if you will, Jack Jordan, seeing him out of the corner of his eye, and Cade Kenyon did not miss on the second try.
A power play goal for Indiana. Kenyon's second goal of the game, his first multi-goal game of the season, and Indiana's blown it open. They're on top 5-0, 15:25 left to go in period 2. And Indiana still on the power play for 56 seconds. It's now 5-on-4. Indiana 2 for 2 on the man advantage tonight.
So it went from a 5-on-3 to a 5-on-4. It keeps getting from bad to worse for Dayton at the moment. And we're only 5 minutes into this second period, Casey. Not exactly what we expected, but possibly better.
Face off at center, Indiana controls. Offenbach, rink wide pass. He's got it left side. Stick handles past a couple of fenders. Works his way to the left point. Backhand pass to Goodfellow. Intercepted. Chidster's on a short-handed breakaway for Dayton. In the attacking zone. Goes on the backhand. He shoots. Glove save by McNamara. Chidster all alone in the attacking zone. Got behind the Indiana defense. And McNamara makes a sprawling glove save to keep the score 5-0 Indiana. 5 minutes into period 2.
McNamara made it look easy. It was almost a nonchalant save, Casey, as he just threw his arm to the far side at the near post and made the beautiful save, keeping the shutout alive.
Face off to McNamara's left. Indiana still in the power play for 25 seconds. 5-0 lead for Indiana. 5 minutes in the period 2. Fitzgerald in the attacking zone. Right side. Jordan centering pass to Fitzgerald. Rolls off of his skate blade. Indiana maintains the puck right goal line. Jan Cristiano rims the puck to Will Patton left half boards, and it's Dayton flipping it out. Chidster on another breakaway. He's in on the left side. On the backhand. Lister over the crossbar. Glove side of McNamara. It stays 5-0 Indiana. 14.5 to go in the second. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Full strength, but Chidster, 2 breakaway chances in a span of 30 seconds. Thwarted by McNamara and 1 over the crossbar. Indiana controls at center. On the turnover, Vild for Dayton. In the attacking zone left side. Holds in the backhand. Stick from behind by Kenyon. He whips it out to center, and Indiana from right to left. They lead 5-0. Kenyon hoists it to the right of Zerdzik as Indiana makes a line change. 6 minutes in the period 2. The Cream and Crimson up 5-0. The Flyers down the left side of the attacking zone. Field, stick check from behind. It rolls to the red line. Mike Langbein backhands into the Indiana defending third. Fitzgerald for Indiana. Stick from behind. Delayed offside, forcing Dayton to retreat in the attacking zone. Curtis Hubbard for Indiana. Left circle at the dot. Centering pass back to a post. Scharf goes on goal. Sticked aside by Zerdzik as it rolls to the right side. 5-0 Indiana. 13.5 to go in period 2. The puck clears the zone and out to center.
Oh, so close. Almost a sixth goal for Indiana.
Puck battle at center. Georgiou for Indiana swats the puck high off the near glass, works its way toward Hubbard. Left goal line, looking middle of the ice. Stick from behind. Kyle Kruger works it to the right circle. Sharp for Indiana. Half-dasher right wing. Works it to the goal line. Stick aside by Kruger for Dayton. He filters out to center where it's batted down by Sharp. He takes a huge hit at center, no penalty call. The intensity is still picking up, but the ref's letting him play on. 7 minutes in the period 2, 5-0 Indiana. Bonecutter, high slot, his wrister deflected. Bonecutter bottom of the left circle, his wrister wide blocker side. Tadaro maintains his zone for Indiana. Right point, wrister deflected in the slot. Bonecutter no look behind the back pass, deflected. Puck still controlled in the slot, and now sticked away by Dayton. They escape from left to right. 2-on-1 odd man break. Trigzer, left side at the dot. Centering pass deflected by Tadaro, and now it's Indiana, possible break. Hubbard past the red line. The lefty stick handler, right side at the dot. Sticked off the puck by Phillips. A battle of the number 9s. Dayton's number 9 controls with Phillips. And with 12.5 to go in period 2, Dayton controls the puck, but they trail 5-0. Indiana in the defending zone. Matthew Vild for Dayton on a forecheck. Right goal line. Centering pass backdoor post. Nobody home. Dayton maintains the puck. Brandon Hines.
An optimistic shot at best. It was a very sharp angle shot. A shot parallel with the goal line itself.
Here comes Indiana. Christian Champel. Right goal line. Looking middle. Weaving his way back behind the net. Sticked off the puck by a couple of Flyers. Champel gets it back. Stick handles past the second. Stapled to the wall by Tragser. Indiana on the forecheck, they've got it right side. Shabazz to Champel, centering pass, nobody home at the blue line. It splits both Patton and Kenyon, and McNamara forced to play it for Indiana.
The puck cruised right down Broadway, and no one was there to make a stoplight happen.
5-0 lead for Indiana, 11.5 to go in the second. Icing is called. A goal in the second scored by Cade Kenyon on the power play has Indiana up by its largest margin on the road this entire season.
Awesome stuff for Indiana. If you're Coach Newman, you have to be impressed with what the boys have brought to the table tonight, and even more excited for what can happen tomorrow.
Face off to McNamara's right. It's Dayton controlling in the attacking zone. They've got it on the forecheck. Matthew Vild, the team leader in points for Dayton. He works it right circle. Baroa, centering pass. Vild, a shot deflected over the crossbar. It bounces toward the left goal line. Dayton controls attacking third. Bobby Bradley, left circle. His centering pass intercepted. Schidster on a forecheck for Dayton. Stick handles past the man. Back to a post. One-timer score! Schidster on a turnover. Had it left circle. And he's centered to the back door where Bobby Bradley hammered the one-timer for his first career Dayton goal.
Casey, the shutout evaporates right in front of Cam McNamara's eyes. He's frustrated clearly with himself, but a backdoor sneak of a shot that slid right past his skate blade on his left foot. Not a whole lot you can do about that. An unfortunate situation, and now Indiana only has a 4-goal lead. They're resting on the cushion they gave themselves back in the first period.
Jack Null for Indiana, frustrated as he skates over to the bench, knowing that that was his assignment that beat him. Face-off at center, it's Dayton controlling. Out to center ice, Declan O'Leary. He's got it right side, top of the circle, at the dot. He's got it at the goal line, close-handed shot, no, rebound Clark. His shot deterred by McNamara's blocker side. It rolls left goal line. Alex Studnicka, half-dasher left wing. Stapled off the puck. Jordan for Indiana redirects to Fitzgerald back behind the goal. 10.5 to go in period 2. Indiana up 5-1. Fitzgerald lobs it out to center. It rolls on goal. Deflected at center ice. Jordan for Indiana has it. Bottom of the right circle. Centering pass between Kissel's stick blade. It rolls out to center with Fitzgerald touches up. Indiana, another possible centering pass that could have resulted in a one-timer, but it's Dayton in the defending zone controlling with 10:15 left in the second. Indiana's lead 5-1. Indiana dumps right side as the Cream and Crimson make a line change. Trevor Barola, right side, in a defending zone for Dayton. Spins past Fitzgerald, he weaves his way out to center. Meanders toward the near point, Brandon Hines, right circle. Knifes past Georgiou, works at right point, Rister on goal. Langbein, his shot blocked by McNamara. He throws the glove on top to halt action. 9:50 left in period 2. Indiana 5-1 over Dayton as we step aside from the Kettering Rec Center. You're listening to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network. 9:50 left in period 2, 5-1 lead for Indiana over Dayton. The shutout comes to an end for Cameron McNamara. A Bobby Bradley goal has given the Baby Blue and Red its first advantage of the game on the scoreboard. Casey Roehl with you alongside Sam Weixler. Face off to McNamara's left. It's won by Dayton, and it's won by Joey Dupert. It splits both Langbein and Tregzer. Indiana on the forecheck. Krush, high slot. His wrister steered aside by Zerdzik, and it's Indiana controlling left point and now swatted out of the zone. Cristiano for Indiana maintains the puck. 9.5 to go in period 2. Dayton trails 5-1. Will Musel in the defending zone for the Flyers. Controls the rolling puck. Saucers out to Duford. Right circle. His wrister blocked by Georgiou's left calf. It rolls back behind McNamara. The Flyers with it left goal line. Brandon Hines. Stick to the wall. Behind the net. Centering pass. Stick aside by McNamara. Dayton still controls left goal line. Musel works his way to the left circle. Pickpocketed by James Todaro, the freshman D-man for Indiana. Ushers the puck in the attacking zone left side. Sticks past a man. Chip and chase left goal line as Indiana makes a line change with the puck in the attacking zone. 9 minutes to go in the second. Indiana up 5-1. Champel, the attacking third for Indiana. Bottom of the left circle. Close-ended shot. Chested aside by Zerdzik. Slentering pass. Krush. Rolling puck. One-timer. Goodfellow right circle. Deflected over the crossbar. Champel for Indiana maintains the zone. The left corner board. Works it pat. Left point. One-timer. Wide blocker side of Zerdzik. And it's Dayton whipping it out to center to clear the zone.
Again, Casey, Indiana left the backside of that offensive zone completely empty, and it resulted in them losing momentum.
8.5 to go in period 2. Indiana up 5-1. Jack Null for Indiana. Right goal line. One hands the puck to himself, levels a huge hit on Musel down the right circle, and a big hit by Phillips in retaliation on Krush. Bodies flying everywhere, and Dayton works it out to the blue line in the meantime. Indiana with Goodfellow keeps it in the zone. He works it left goal line to no. Stapled to the wall by Bradley, the lone goal scored today for Dayton.
Casey, I don't know how smart of a play it is to make a retaliatory hit on somebody who's 6'4".
Here's Champel weaving his way to the slot. Right circle, his wrister skitters wide over the blocker's side of Zerdzik. Indiana maintains the puck in the attacking zone for a moment, and now it's Musel whipping it out to center where Champel digs it out. 7.5 to go in period 2. Indiana up 5-1. No, right circle at the dot. His wrister rings off the crossbar. No was left wide open with a clean alley to shoot. Dayton the other way. Viled, right circle, his wrister stick the side. Rolls to the right goal line. Chitster for Dayton. His rebound shot deflected. Centering pass to Vild. He's got it left goal line. His backhand stuff. Stick save made by McNamara. Rebound. One-timer Chitster left dot. It rolls wide blocker side. Dayton still controls. Palacio right point. His wrister chested down by McNamara. The stop play. 7 minutes to go in the second. Indiana maintains its 5-1 lead.
Two different shots during that possession, Casey. Whistled right past the iron. It's a miracle that it didn't take a weird bounce because the puck has had very little lay today on the ice. And by that I mean every time the puck takes a deflection, it seems like it's spinning like when you spin a quarter on the top of the table. It's on its side and flying around wildly.
Face off to McNamara's right. Dayton controls off the tie-up. The Flyers, right goal line, Chitster. He's got it at the hash mark. Top of the circle, rolling puck at the slot. One-handed by Bonecutter out to center. Josh Sharp for Indiana. Left side, stick check made by Studnicka. Rolls into the Dayton D zones. And it's Chitster turning it aside. Bonecutter, centering pass underneath of Sharp's stick, and it's the Flyers controlling in the D zone. 6.5 to go in the second. Now we get a whistle, and we're going to get a penalty. It's on Sharp. Sharp and Barrett McDaniel were each slashing away at the puck, and we're going to get a call for tripping. It's on Indiana's Barrett McDaniel. Second penalty on the Cream and Crimson with 6:29 to go in the second. Dayton to a power play trailing 5-1.
Well, an unfortunate call that could have gone either way, either a roughing or an interference or a tripping, whichever the official decided to call, and it was a tripping. But last time Indiana ceded a penalty, all was not lost as they ended up taking 2 penalties themselves and went on a 5-on-3.
Face off to McNamara's right. Duford left goal line. His stuff attempt deflected off of McNamara's blocker. 6:20 to go in the second. Dayton trails 5-1. Musial, left circle. He fakes. He shoots. His slap shot blocked off his skates. It caroms up and toward the overhang underneath the American and Canadian flags. A bit of friendly fire that time. Barola was coming in, trying to screen McNamara. It hit off of his skates, and it caromed 30 feet up into the air. 15 seconds off the power play. Clark, his shot from the dot deflected. The lights are flickering on and off in the meantime. Play still continues.
Casey, we lost a set of lights. It's darker here in the arena.
Clark, right circle. His wrister turned aside. It rolls toward the right half dasher. No, he's got it. Right circle. His wrister. Blocker the save made by McNamara. Swatted out of the zone by Kenyon, and it clears the zone from right to left. 5 minutes, 5:50 left in period 2. Indiana leads 5-1.
Casey, this reminds me of a Stanley Cup Finals game in Boston in the 70s when the lights went out. Another set of flickers. We may be having a storm here in Dayton, and now officials have called plays. It's getting harder to see for these players.
No, Patton had iced the puck from right to left. No, this is just going to be a stoppage in play. You can't ice the puck when you're short-handed. Patton had just banged the puck out of the zone to stop play. There are 3 lights in the attacking zone for Dayton that went out, another 2 that went out at center. And now the officials are talking with Andrew Newman down in your side.
Casey, the situation reminds me of when the Edmonton Oilers played the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals, and it was Game 3, if I'm not mistaken, of that Finals, I believe maybe 73, where the lights went out due to a power surge at the Boston Garden, TD Garden now, in Boston, Massachusetts, and the game was actually called off and suspended play. The goals counted and the records counted, but the score never went final and ended up being the situation where Edmonton won before an extra game was necessary. Casey, I was mistaken. It was in the 80s when that happened because Edmonton was in the middle of their dynasty. But a weird scenario here in Dayton. The Kettering Sports Medicine Center is giving us all we can handle. I'm hoping the internet is not out. Casey, I hope we still have a live stream to do.
Well, the internet's still going on as we know right now. We'll step aside for a moment. 5:40 left in period 2. Indiana leads 5-1 over Dayton. You're listening to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kettering Sports Medicine Center just outside of Dayton, Ohio. The situation at hand is that the lights on the top of the building and off to the sides of the rink itself have gone off. They were flickering for about 2 minutes of play, and they finally bit the dust, so to speak. As the score stands, it's 5-1. The visitors, the Cream and Crimson of Indiana University, are in the lead. They scored 4 goals in the first period and 1 here in the second period. Dayton came back and scored a backdoor smacker at McNamara, the netminder for Indiana. He couldn't quite find it, so the score stands at 5-1. And Indiana had a 5-on-4 penalty to kill off with 1:12 left in that one. It was a slashing minor on Will Patton. Casey Roehl, our play-by-play man, is down ringside at the moment trying to get the scoop on the plan of attack here for the referees and both coaches. Newman is having a word with all 4 officials and Coach Tony Morris. Casey, you've gotten the word from down on ice level. What have you heard?
Okay, so I was told by Jeff Eubanks, the official scorer and a longtime PA man here at the Kettering Rec Center, that play is stopped because 4 lights have been either dislodged or no longer working. The player's safety is what the main concern is as of right now, so play is stopped for the moment. We were also being told that a massive rainstorm was supposed to be coming in within the next couple hours. We don't know for sure if that's contributing to the power outage, but play is stopped with 5:40 left in the second, with Indiana leading 5-1. Dayton's on the power play for a minute 12 seconds, and on cue another light just above the overhang goes flickering out. And now we get one just above the attacking zone for Indiana, dimmering a little bit. And it's not like you can tell which lights are going to go out. You can tell because there are bright white lights above, and then there are some that are flickering dark pink and a lightish red that look like they're about to burst.
It's like when you hit a gym light with a big soccer ball or a basketball in an indoor basketball gym, and the light swings around and goes out, but nothing was hitting those lights. It could just be the rainstorm, or it could be an electrical failure. And Casey, I have to correct myself and apologize. It was the 1988 Stanley Cup Finals where the lights went out.
Well, I want to talk about the gym reference. Are you talking from experience, or?
Well, Casey, when I was in Muncie, Indiana, I went to Burris, and the lights in that gym were very low to the ground, and sometimes if you hit a kickball too high or you took a deflection weird, the ball would smack up on one of the light fixtures and it would swing around. So what you're trying
to say is that you got hit by a ball and it caromed into the light fixture and you broke the light?
No, I was kicking the ball and someone deflected it.
Not sure if Papa Weixler was either happy about that or did he have to foot the bill. I'm not sure if he had to foot the bill after that.
No, the light fixture just swung around for a few minutes, and my former gym teacher, Mr. Steve Shondell, who is a 18-time state championship winning volleyball coach, he said it was not really worth the trouble, and we kept playing on. And that looks like what teams are going to do here at the Kettering Center, Casey.
So what we're doing now is that play as of right now looks like it will be resuming. 5:40 left in the second. 5-1 lead for Indiana over Dayton. Let's give you a game reset right now. Dayton's on the power play for a minute 12 seconds after a tripping minor by Barrett McDaniel. And after a 10-minute stoppage, the lighting fixtures aren't that great, but we're going to continue play.
Casey, it's like playing pond hockey at the twilight hours of night.
Face-off controlled by Dayton right side. Matthew Bill, rink-wide pass left side. Eric Studnicka, his shot deflected. Indiana with John Cristiano backhands to the blue line. Vild has it left point. Backhands to Mike Langbein. Back to Vild. Langbein and Vild play catch. Left circle, fakes a pass. Back to Vild, left dot. The team leader in power play goes with 4. Saucer pass to Chitster. Bottom of the right circle. Stapled to the wall by Patton. He battles with Bobby Bradley down low, the lone goal scorer for Dayton tonight. Back to Chitster, left half dasher. 40 seconds on the Dayton power play. 5 minutes to go in the second. Indiana leads 5-1. Chitster, bottom of the right circle. Words get to Bradley. Centering pass back to Chitster. Batted by Patton. It rolls to the left circle. Dayton still controls. Chitster lost the puck. Swatted by Goodfellow out of the zone. 5 minutes to go in the second. Indiana leads 5-1. 20 seconds left on the McDaniel tripping minor. Line change made by Indiana. The Flyers from left to right as you listen, their white jerseys, baby blue and red lettering and trim. Bill in the attacking zone right side, stiffed off the puck. It rolls in the attacking zone. Indiana short-handed. Shabazz, stick check from behind by Barola. 3 seconds on the power play. It's expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Tracer in the attacking zone. Left circle, wrister. Blocker saved by McNamara. Rolls to Macula. Left goal line. Back to Barola. He centers out toward the left circle. It hits off the top of the ceiling to stop play with 4:19 to go in the second. It's 5-1 Indiana.
Another weird bounce that the puck took. It smacked right into the blue stanchion. You can see one at center ice that curves up along the roof and the ceiling of this barn here in Dayton. It's just been a weird night for hockey here in Dayton, Casey.
Face off to McNamara's right. The Flyers control. Jake Clark, right goal line, centers into the slot, intercepted. Champel for Indiana, jabs the puck out the center, plays it to himself. 3-on-2 odd man rush for Indiana. Centering pass back to her post. No fans on a one-timer, and it's Dayton controlling from left to right. 4 minutes left in the second. Indiana's lead 5-1. Champel, rink-wide pass, Shabazz in the attacking zone, left circle. Wheels past the man, hose on the backhand. He shoots on goal, and Durdick makes a chest save.
Dirty dangling by Alex Shabazz, cruising right into the slot, and a backhander that almost beat the netminder Jamie Zerdzik. An impressive bit of stick work by the freshman. Casey, we have not had any lights go off, but none have come back on.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. Dayton controls in a defending zone. Joey Duford whips it out to center with Indiana whipping it down to near side. 3.5 to go in period 2. Indiana's lead 5-1. They look for their third consecutive win against the Flyers. Fitzgerald for Indiana in the defending zone. Whips it to McDaniel. 2 lefty D-men. Control back behind McNamara to his right and Will. 4 different goal scorers for Indiana. Cade Kenyon, the lone multi-goal scorer. He's got 2 of Indiana's 5 goals. Out to center, Carter Bonecutter. Right circle, top of the slot. His wrister, wide blocker side of Zerdzik. It rolls to the left circle. Bonecutter hands off to Champel. Back to Fitzgerald. Works his way to Sharp. Back behind the net. Holds on the back end. Drags toward the net. Bottom of the right circle, feeds to Fitzgerald. He twists out in front, looks toward Bonecutter. He slaps out it, and it's Zerdzik throwing his body on top to stop play. 2:53 left in period 2. Indiana maintains a 5-1 lead.
A clever idea right in the trapezoid, Casey, for Fitzgerald. He was trying to give a little bit of a head fake to Zerdzik and trick him on which direction he was going, and now we have lights come back on, Casey, it looks like.
One light in the Indiana attacking zone has resumed its work. It's back on, but the other ones down the far side have not. Off the face-off, Bonecutter shot gloved by Zerdzik to stop playing. It's only fitting in the Archie Miller Bowl, where Indiana yesterday against Michigan State, they could shoot the lights out in the last 3 minutes, and the lights are now out in Dayton, where Archie Miller used to coach.
Casey, a little ironic, a bad omen, if you will. We talked about the Boston Bruins Stanley Cup having some lights issues. There's a Bruins jersey right across from us on the ice.
Bonecutter back behind the net, centers into the slot, stick aside by Chitster. It rolls out to center, and Dayton the other way from left to right. Filled for Dayton, top of the right circle. At the dot, Lister stick save and a pad save by McNamara as it rolls to the far side. It's also a bit different because Dayton basketball is ranked. Indiana hoops isn't ranked to begin this part of the season. That may change after the win against number 11 Michigan State yesterday. 2:15 to go in the second. Indiana leads 5-1. Puck out to center. Studnicka settles it down for Dayton. Slaps the puck over the bill. Off of Gaccione. Sticky works it out toward Chitster. Falls to the ice. Backhander bottom of the right circle over the crossbar, and it's out to center. No penalty called. Another hit. A couple lights come back on. Some more illuminant light coming on. Bonecutter, right side. Back behind the net. Sticked off the puck. 1:50 left in the second. Dayton trails 5-1. They have the puck in the attacking zone. Bradley, right circle. His wrister, wide blocker side of McNamara. Indiana was sharp. He's got it in the defending zone. Backhands to Bonecutter. Stapled off the puck by Barola. Dayton maintains the puck. 90 seconds left in period 2. They trail 5-1. Jack Kissel for Indiana to center. Stick check from behind. Backhanded by Traeger behind McNamara. Patton for Indiana first to it. Fishes the puck free. Forecheck for Dayton. Traeger centers into the slot. Intercepted. Jordan backhands to center. Kenyon a race for the puck for Indiana. He's canceled out by Langbine. And Indiana makes a line change in the process.
Casey, now the light above some of the players are flickering, and we got more coming back on.
1 minute to go in the second. Shot by Traeger, left circle, wide blocker side of McNamara. Dayton controls momentarily center point. Stick behind by Kenyon. He's got it from right to left in the attacking zone. He gains the line for Indiana. Hands off to Kissel. His shot right point. Wefts high and over the crossbar, and it actually messed up the video board and the scoring box.
Casey, I think it deflected off the HVAC system first, and one of the fans throwing the puck back onto the ice. It's like Wrigley Field home runs here in the Kettering Center.
The time clock shows 48 minutes and 60 seconds on the timer, but it should be 48 seconds and not 48 minutes. Anyway, play resumes. Face off to the right of Zerdzik. It's Indiana controlling. Fitzgerald canceled off the puck. Declan O'Leary flips it out to center, and Jake Clark has it roll off his stick flip. Kenyon falls off a centering pass, and it's sticked out to center by Indiana. Booted down by Traeger with 29 seconds to go. Indiana in the bending zone. Offenbach rings it down to near point. Nobody home, and Dayton controls at center. 20 seconds left in the second. Krush for Indiana. 5-1 Indiana lead. He shoots, he scores! Krush on a breakaway. Adds on to Indiana's lead. It's now 6-1 Cream and Crimson. 15 seconds left in period 2.
Krush has himself a multi-point night, and it looked like there was going to be a tripping called on it, but Krush fought off the contact and shot through the collision. He ended up on his backside and got snow all over himself, but he converted on the attempt, and it's now 6-1 Casey, and it's 2-1 in the period.
Face off at center, and it's Indiana controlling Adam Offenbach. 6-1 lead for Indiana. 10 seconds to go. Krusch filters behind Zerjic. 3 seconds to go. And that'll do it. A crazy second frame from Dayton. A period which was fueled by goals for Indiana. Dayton responded, and Indiana shooting the lights out from downtown Ohio and upstate Ohio. Literally and metaphorically, they take a 5-goal lead into the intermission and end the second.
Casey, your word point is on point tonight. You've gotten all kinds of references in there.
We're supposed to be good at words. I try my best with words. I like to think I'm also good with words. Sam Weixler is pretty good with words. He'll have your coverage for the second period intermission report when we come back after this. You're listening to Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network.
welcome back to a fully illuminated Kettering Sports Medicine Center here in greater Dayton, Ohio. And in a city known for its flight and aeronautics, the Cream and Crimson of Indiana University have seen their lead of 4-0 balloon to a 6-1 lead at the end of the second period. I'm Sam Wexler alongside Casey Roehl. This is your Indiana Hockey second intermission show here on the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University Twitter page. Casey, a 6-1 lead for Indiana, and amidst the fluttering of the lights, it's like we had a rain delay in baseball almost.
I knew a baseball reference was coming. I just didn't know how long into the season it'd be going, but let's talk about a reference that one other would be named for, a Hole on Fire sale. And Indiana's had everybody contribute to the score right now. 5 different Indiana goal scorers, with Cade Kenyon being the only multi-goal scorer. Indiana with Vladislav Krejci capped off the second with a goal with 15 seconds remaining. And Indiana's been dominating Dayton tonight, and it's everything we thought would happen this night and this series. And Indiana bouncing back admirably after the tough sweep at the hands of Miami last weekend.
Casey, by my count, there are 5 different players for Indiana who have multiple points, either coming from goals or assists. And you mentioned it, Cade Kenyon has 2 pucks in the back of the net in this game, but the physicality in the second period wasn't nearly where it was in the first, and that could have led to the goal scored by Dayton. Do you think that had any contribution?
Jack Null was a little shaken up, and he was really upset with himself because he knew that the goal scored by Bobby Bradley was his assignment after it deflected off the end board. So that's the one blemish that Indiana's had today outside the 2 penalties. So it's been a near-perfect game for Indiana, their best game that they've had in over a year and a half. So it's just these final 20 minutes that Indiana's got to deal with against a Dayton team that scores most of its goals in the third period. And a bit of a caveat to it, they allow the most goals in the third period. So Dayton's going to have to battle against a season tendency that's not on their side, and Indiana's going to have to play hard defense and not allow 5 or more goals in these final 20.
Well, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. And the journey has been quite interesting as Indiana is arriving into this third period.
And speaking of finishing, be sure to stick with us for the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University post-game show as we wrap up game number 1 to preview game number 2 tomorrow at 3:15 when the series shifts from Dayton to Frank Southern Ice Arena in Bloomington. Be sure to join us for our Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University pregame show beginning at 2:55 tomorrow. Puck drop at 3:15. And before we sign off tonight, we'll answer one lucky fan's question. Who can properly answer this question correctly will be checking our Twitter feed on a regular basis. So the first fan who answers this question correctly will have his or her question answered on our post-game show. How many seniors does Indiana have on its roster this year? So the question is, how many seniors does Indiana have on its roster this year? Tweet at hockey_IU with your questions and with your answers. The first person to correctly answer will have his or her question answered by both Sam and I on our Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University post-game show. Period number 3 comes your way next between Indiana and Dayton. You've been listening to the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University second period intermission report on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network. 6-1 lead for Indiana over Dayton after 40 minutes of action this season. When Indiana leads after 40 minutes on the road, they're 2-0. Dayton this year, when trailing after 40 minutes, they're 0-15. Casey Roehl with you alongside Sam Weixler, high above the ice for the Kettering Recreational Center in downtown Dayton. Sam, it's everything we thought it would be tonight for Indiana against Dayton, the worst team in the TSCHL. They've played like they have all season, and Indiana's taken advantage.
They have, and that's partially due to Coach Andrew Newman pulling the right strings and saying the right things on the bus ride here. He emphasized to these guys, you have to play physical, you have to play like this is a win-or-go-home game. And Indiana has certainly brought the intensity that Coach Newman desired, and it's paid off as they have a 5-point insurance boost heading into the final 20.
Both sides switch lengths of the ice to begin the third. Indiana from left to right, Dayton from right to left. Matthew Vild and Adam Offenbach take the face-off, and it's Vild for Dayton controlling. He backhands to Alex Studnicka in the defending zone. Indiana leads 6-1. Studnicka rifles the puck from right to left, deflected at center by Offenbach. He filters to Fitzgerald, back behind the net. Lob pass to Cruz. He one-hands back to Offenbach in the attacking zone right side. Pitchforks the puck to the goal line, sticked off by Studnicka, rolling biscuit left goal line, settled down by Dayton, and it's Nick Traeger, the sophomore, whipping it out to center. Intercepted by Fitzgerald, top of the circle's in the slot, weaving his way toward the right goal line. He's got it bottom of the circle at the dot, sticked off of Cristiano's stick, and it's Dayton with Vild in the attacking zone. Left point, saucer pass bouncing on the ice, looks for Chidster, rolls toward the right point. Ricky Phillips maintains the zone for Dayton. Half-dasher right wing at the dot. Centering pass, Chidster, backhand shot on. Deflected by McNamara, and he throws the glove on to stop action. 1 minute into period 3. The lead 6-1 for Indiana.
Casey, I think you could argue McNamara has gone above and beyond the call of duty tonight. He's played impressively, only allowing 1 goal through 40-some minutes. And he's taken a shot to the midsection and a shot to the side of the head. He's taken 2 different collisions that ended up with him either inside the goal or right outside of it, and into pain he's fighting through.
Face off to McNamara's right. Indiana's got it. Jack Jordan, his pass intercepted at the center red. Kyle Kruger, top of the slot. His wrister gloved by McNamara to stop play. 1 minute and 10 seconds into period 3 to lead for Indiana 6-1.
It's interesting to watch Cam McNamara for Indiana. His style of play is a little bit like the goalies of old, where they have a lot of stand-up action and not as much action on their knees and sides. He is happy to stand up whenever he can.
Face off to McNamara's right. Dayton's got it. Declan O'Leary behind the net. Centering pass thwarted aside by Jordan. He whips past a couple of fenders, holds behind McNamara, the reset. Lobbed out to center. Bouncing puck settled down by Kenyon. Hands off to Kissel for Indiana. 1-on-2 rush. Past the line. Top of the slot. His wrister blocked. Rolling puck in front. Kissel scores! Jack Kissel on a secondary rebound. Pockets his first road goal in the last 3 weeks. And on the season, it's goal number 5 for Kissel to put Indiana up 7-1. 18:25 left in the third. Kissel entered down the middle of the slot, weaved his way to the left side. His initial wrister from the top of the circle was sticked aside by Zerdzik. He found a secondary rebound and batted it past Zerdzik's glove side. 7 goals for Indiana with 6 different goal scorers. Face off at center, Dayton controls out toward the right boards. Joey Duford in the attacking zone, right goal line. Meanders past a couple cream and crimson skaters. Whips it out to the left point. Trevor Barola, his pass batted down by Offenbach, and it's back behind McNamara. Will Patton for Indiana stretches out to Shabazz. Flips it out to the right, intercepted. Barola all alone, left circle, wrister. Chest saved by McNamara. Rolling puck in front off a centering pass. Nobody home. Puck ensues for Indiana in the attacking zone. No right circle. Dips and dangles back behind the net. Centering feed. Past Champel's stick. It rolls to the left half dasher. Shabazz for Indiana. Flips it to Patton right circle. Pulls the puck back and weaves his way toward the goal line. 17.5 to go in the third. Indiana leads 7-1, but Cameron McNamara, a spectacular save the other end. Shabazz right circle. Wrister. Big save off the right pad by Zerdzik. Shabazz on the forecheck, left circle, wrister deflected, rolling puck at the left goal line. Dayton controls. Trevor Barola has it near side. 3 minutes into period 3. Indiana's lead 7-1 over Dayton. The Flyers have lost back-to-back games against Indiana. The Cream and Crimson a 4-2 all-time record against Dayton. Puck battle at center, glove down by Shabazz for Indiana. He enters the zone left side, top of the circles at the slot, dips past a man, stick aside by Zerdzik, and now we get a whistle and a penalty. Shabazz was flung into the boards and into the goal crease, and the net comes off its moorings to stop action.
Looks like it was no harm, no foul. Shabazz getting a little bit of a fist bump from Moises Palacios, who was the guilty party in that situation. Shabazz took a shoulder right to the upright. And it had to hurt. He's shaking off his left arm. But a little collision never hurt anybody. It was the harder hits that usually do the damage, Casey.
Yes, no penalty on the ice. After the initial ruling that the hand was up, it stays 5-on-5. 16:45 left in period 3. Indiana leads 7-1. Fitzgerald knives past a couple offenders. Hands off, bone cutter left side. Top of the circles, his wrister stick the sideways. Zerdzik in the butterfly, and the puck into the net, down the far boards, out of play. 16.5 to go in the third. Indiana's lead 7-1.
They're running out of pucks here at Kettering, Casey. They've had 6 go out on play onto that side of the ice, and the fans are getting plenty of souvenirs.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. Bone cutter for Indiana against Phil. Off the face-off, it's Dayton controlling, back behind Zerdzik. Moises Palacios, the freshman from Chicago, out of Notre Dame Prep, hands off to his former high school teammate in Langbine. It's off his glove and out of play. It comes back into the Indiana attacking zone. Fans, be sure to tweet at hockey_IU for up-to-date recaps and interactive analysis. For our post-game show today, for one lucky fan who answers our Twitter question correctly, they will have their question answered by both Sam and I on our Club Ice Hockey Indiana University post-game show. Face-off to Zerdzik's right. Dayton controls. Out to center ice. Bobby Bradley, the lone goal scorer for Dayton. Right circle. His wrister rings off the left pipe. Bradley was a couple inches away from his second goal. Indiana the other way from left to right. Bone cutter off the puck. Pinned to the wall. Indiana with Hubbard on a forecheck. Stapled to the wall by a couple Flyers, and it's Dayton with Field lobbing it out to center on a saucer pass past Chidster. It's down for an icing. 15:52 left in period 3 to lead for Dayton, the lead for Indiana 7-1.
Casey, this third period has picked up a little bit. The hits have been coming, but as both sides realize this game is a little bit out of hand, it's been less friendly fire by either side as they are not smacking the puck quite as hard as they were in the first period.
Face off to Zerdzik's right. It's Offenbach for Indiana against Vild, and Vild would win for Dayton. He rims the puck down the near wall. Indiana on a forecheck. Offenbach right goal line. Chasing the puck behind the net in trapezoid, and it's Dayton with Vild hanging the puck to the right point and out to center with Indiana re-controlling the zone. Down the right goal line. Aiden Goodfellow swats it to Cristiano, back to Goodfellow, top of the circles, wrister, glove by Zerdzik to stop play. 15.5 to go in the third, 7-1 Indiana.
Beautiful save by Zerdzik for Dayton. He slid over toward his left-hand side, and as he was gliding toward the back post, he threw his leather up and snagged the puck. Very coordinated save as he had plenty of traffic in front of him.
For those who were unable to follow on Twitter for various reasons, the question I was referring to is how many seniors does Indiana have this year?
Now, Casey, do fans ask another question? Is that right?
Shot by Patton left corner over the crossbar out to center. What was that again?
Are fans supposed to ask a question?
Yes, the fans are supposed to ask a question to us on the post-game show, so be sure to have your interviewee cap ready. We're used to being the interviewers and asking questions, but others are going to ask questions to us.
If they get the answer right
If they get the answer right. Meanwhile, Cruz, right point for Indiana, falls to the ice. No penalty called. It's Cristiano for Indiana, wiping the puck to the goal line. Colin Fitzgerald back toward the net, twists the puck to Cruz in the trapezoid. Left side, haws it on a backhand, spins past a couple of defenders, and he enters his way to the left end dasher. Back to Cristiano, banks the puck to Patton, left wing, his wrist to Ron, deflected, puck in front. Goodfellow right circle at the dot, his wrister wide blocker side. Jordan for Indiana picks it up, cycles back to Patton. One-timer left point deflected in the slot. And it's Dayton clearing the zone from right to left. Trevor Barola, one hands to Nick Traeger. Right circle, wrister wide of McNamara. Pinballs to Goodfellow, Indiana's D-man. One hands to Patton. Quick wide pass off of Kissel's skates. And it's Dayton with Traeger Wheeling in the attacking zone and now finally out to center ice. 6 minutes into period 3, Dayton trails 7-1. The Flyers on the forecheck. They've got it left side. Duford, his pass intercepted, batted at center. No high stick enough of Kenyon. It rolls to the left side. Jordan for Indiana's got it far boards. Rink-wide pass to Patton. A lefty D-man chips the puck at center. Studnicka, his shot from the red line, deflected by Jordan, and the Indiana captain from left to right. The attacking zone drags past the man. Chip and chase right goal line. Indiana on the forecheck. Kissel, he's got it right corner, behind the net. Edged off the puck by Studnicka. Kissel took a huge shoulder from the 6'4" D-man. Kissel out of forecheck. His shot left goal line, deflected and gloved by Studnicka to stop play. 13.5 to go in period 3. Indiana leads 7-1.
That was awful close, Casey. Dayton got lucky on that last possession that was not an easy goal for Indiana. The slot was completely empty as the shot came from Noel.
Face-off upcoming to Zerdzik's right. Christian Champel for Indiana takes the face-off against Vile. Off the face-off, Vile for Dayton controls. He rims the puck to Chidster. The team leader in goals has been shut out so far for Dayton. Puck at center, and it's Indiana's Colin Fitzgerald forced to play in the defending zone. On the forecheck, Bild has it right goal line. Centering pass, one-timer, Chidster, no. Bradley, a rebound left goal line, deflected by McNamara. Puck behind the net, Chidster, one-timer, score! On cue, Eric Chidster deposits his team-leading 16th goal of the season. Bild off a turnover behind the net, centered backdoor post. McNamara didn't see where the puck was, and on cue, the lights come off. Chidster turning off the lights at the Kettering Rec Center. 4 of them, by my count, go out down the far boards, and the score now 7-2 in favor of Indiana. 7 minutes gone here in the third.
Casey, that was a bottle rocket deflection that went right over McNamara's shoulder and snuck in the crossbar. Referees have asked both coaches if they're all right playing, and looks like we're going to get the action to resume.
I think our fan question tonight should be, how many people should it take to change a couple light fixtures in a hockey rink? Face-off at center. Dayton, they control, they redirect into the defending zone. Bobby Bradley backhands high off glass. Indiana with Champel on a forecheck left side. Sticked away by Palacios, and it's the freshman D-man for Dayton controlling into the zone. 12:40 left in period 3. Indiana's lead 7-2. Georgiou for Indiana cycles the puck in the defending zone, and it's Champel forced to put on the brakes behind McNamara. 2 different goal scorers for Dayton, 6 for Indiana. Chidster, right circle, Weixler, score! 2 goals for Chidster in the last 40 seconds. The sophomore deposits his 17th goal of the season, and just like that, Indiana's lead to 4. It's now 7-2 Indiana, 12:25 left in period 3.
7-3 now the score, Casey. The scoreboard, you said it earlier, it got hit by a puck, and the scoreboard may have some issues with it. Now it's being updated. Looks like there may be another electrical issue, and this has just been an interesting day all around.
Face-off at center, Indiana controls in the defending zone. Colin Fitzgerald whips it into the far boards, and Will Patton settles down for Indiana. 12 minutes to go in the game, and Indiana's lead to 4 goals. Chidster in the attacking zone, hands off O'Leary, high slot. Brister glove by McNamara to stop action. 7-3 lead for Indiana. 8 different goal scorers in this game for both sides.
Casey, Indiana cannot afford to take their foot off the gas. They've got to keep pressing and got to keep playing physical hockey all the way through the 60th minute.
Face off to McNamara's right. Indiana controls. Josh Sharp at center. Gains the line. Right side. Rink right past the bone cutter. In the slot. Edged off the puck. Palacios filters out to center, and Patton for Indiana touches up. 11:45 left in period 3. Indiana leads 7-3. Bone cutter, right side for Indiana. Drop pass looking for Hubbard. Works his way over to Sharp. Bottom of the left circle. His belly was on the ice. His wrists were deflected. Indiana with Hubbard. He's got it left goal line. Backhand pass to Bone cutter high off glass, and it rolls toward the left boards. Barry McDaniel settles it down for Indiana. 11:20 left in period 3. The lead for Indiana to 4. It's 7-3 Indiana. 11:15 to go. The Flyers down the near boards. They clear the zone out to center ice. A Dayton team that had entered play allowing just over 2.5 goals a game. That number in TSCHL play just over 4. They're 0-9 in league action. Dayton to center, past Musel's stick, and Fitzgerald for Indiana, chipping the puck off the glass. Dayton into the E-zone controls Jake Clark. Line change for Indiana. 10:50 left in period 3 to lead for the Cream and Crimson 7-3. Offenbach chip and chase, thrown aside by Clark. He rims the puck to Musel, right goal line, dug out by Fitzgerald for Indiana. The lefty wheels back behind the net, works it to Cristiano, bats it toward Fitzgerald. No high sticking. Shot by Studnicka, batted down, and now we get a whistle for an offside. 10.5 to go in the third. Indiana leads 7-3.
Casey, it's occurring to me that these boards here at the Kettering Center have a little bit more give than at the Frank Southern Ice Arena back in Bloomington. The puck, when it smacks off it, doesn't come off as quickly as we're used to. And it's slowing down the pace of play just a little bit from normal.
Face-off at center ice. Dayton controls. Vild flips to Chitster. He's got 2 goals in the last 3 minutes for Dayton. He's kept the Flyers in it. Vild back behind the net. Glides toward the left goal line. Back toward the right side. One hands the puck to the point. Intercepted by Cruz for Indiana. He scored Indiana's last goal to end the second. Edged off the puck. He takes a huge shoulder by Palacios. Rolls near side. And Dayton in the E-zone. They rim it down the far boards. Out to center ice, where the Flyers skate from right to left. 10 minutes to go in the game. Dayton trails 7-3. Langbach, right circle, at the goal line. Centering pass, no. Duford shot, gloved by McNair to stop play. 9:48 to go in the third. Indiana leads 7-3.
More weird bounces across center ice, Casey. The puck is just wobbling every which way, and I found out during the second intermission why that was the case. It appears as though the ice that the pucks have been set in, the ice is kind of melted, so it's just sitting in water. And for those of you that don't know, pucks before a game are usually put in ice to make them slide across the ice easier, but these pucks have thawed essentially, Casey.
Face-off to McNamara's left. Indiana into the E-zone. Goodfellow bangs it toward the blue line. Indiana's got it. Jack Kissel, 2-on-1 out-man rush. He enters right side at the dot. Centering pass. Sliding body saved by Palacios. Jordan for Indiana maintains the attacking zone. Right half-dasher works it to the point. Intercepted by Chitster for Dayton. He works it ahead to Jake Clark. Left circle. Edged off the puck by Goodfellow on a back check. It works its way to the left goal line and out to the blue paint. 9:15 left in period 3. Indiana leads 7-3. Circle to circle pass for Dayton in the defending zone. Palacios chip and chase right half dasher at the red line. Whips it toward the far boards. Patton for Indiana enters the attacking zone. Top of the left circle. Hands off to Jordan. He just took the penalty called. The refs have been letting him play, that's for sure. Zerzik jabs it right goal line. Indiana on a forecheck. Jordan behind the net. Works his way to Kissel. Lost it left goal line, and it's Dayton controlling in the defending zone. 8:40 left in period 3. Indiana leads 7-3. Rolling puck at center. Race for it. McDaniel cancels out Hines, and now we get a whistle for stoppage in play. A Dayton player down in the defending zone. Illegal hit from behind will be the call. Joey Duford a little slow getting up. The call is on Jack Jordan, the Indiana captain.
We could see a double minor, Casey, depending on the call. Down on the ice is number 13, Joey Duford. He was slow to get up. He was motionless for about 2 or 3 seconds on the ice after he took a giant shot from behind. And the reason that was a hit applied on him was the Dayton players were smacking around Vladislav Cruz, who took a shot into the side. And Jack Jordan was also frustrated that he was thrown to the ice and slew-footed twice in a row, and no call was made. He let his emotions get the best of him. And it looks like about half of the third period remains.
It'll be a 2-minute hit from behind minor on Jordan. No double minors and no majors coming from it. And Dayton for the third time today on the power play. They're 0 of 2. 7-3 lead for Indiana over the Flyers from the Kettering Rec Center. Penalty killers for Indiana: Christian Champel, Colin Fitzgerald, John Cristiano, Barrett McDaniel. Power play unit for Dayton: Eric Chidster, Alex Studnicka, Will Musel, Bobby Bradley, and Matthew Vild. Off the face-off, Dayton controls right side. Vild rims the puck into the attacking zone. He's got it. Top of the right circle, slap shot, deflected, rebounded, front, deflected, puck loose, and McNair throws the body on top to stop play.
Well, Casey, I'm all for letting the boys play, but these referees need to make sure they have a control in this game because it's gotten a little bit chippy in garbage time.
15 seconds into the Dayton power play. Indiana maintains a 7-3 lead with 8:17 to go. Faceoff comes to McNamara's left. It's Musel taking a faceoff against Champel, a battle of 11s, and it's Indiana's number 11 controlling. He whips it out to McDaniel, backhands into the high slot, rubbed down by Musel. Now Indiana controls out the center. John Cristiano, top of the circle's wrister off of Studnicka's left skates. Cristiano takes a right shoulder from Vild in the Dayton defending zone. 7:50 left in period 3. The Indiana leads 7-3. Gibson puts on the brakes, hands off Musel, left circle, takes a huge shove by Cristiano in the attacking zone as Indiana clears.
My goodness, Casey, the bodies are getting knocked around incredibly.
The intensity has stayed the entire game. The refs letting him play. Right side, O'Leary dips past a man. That's Offenbach. Pins him to the wall. Dayton on a forecheck. They've got it right goal line. Nick Tracer boots the puck to the right point. Kept in by Bill. Straight away. Whips it left side. One-timer. Roehl deflected. Puck behind McNamara. 7:10 to go in the third. Indiana leads 7-3. 40 seconds on the Dayton power play. They clear the zone and Bill out to center.
Casey, this is some incredible hockey. This is the way it was meant to be played.
Offside is the call. Chidster entered the blue line while O'Leary was down the middle of the ice. 7:06 left in period 3. Dayton running out of time with Indiana up 7-3. 33 seconds on the Flyer power play.
There have been some heavy hits here in the past 5 minutes, Casey. It looks like we lost another set of lights. We didn't notice it, but play's going to continue anyway.
It's 12:20 a.m. Eastern time. I don't think anybody wants to hang around longer than they have to, especially with the game no more than 15 hours away in Bloomington. That's at 3:15 Eastern time. Be sure to join us for our Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University pregame show beginning at 2:55 right here on the Indiana Hockey Radio Network. Indiana cleans the zone from left to right off the face-off. Dayton on the power play for 15 seconds. Trevor Barola on a forecheck. Indiana short-handed. Crush left goal line. Gives a man to the wall. Puck behind Zerdzik, and Dayton controls from right to left. Power play expires. We're back to 5-on-5. Full strength. Dayton now over 3 on the man advantage. 6.5 to go in period 3. Indiana's up 7-3. Jake Clark, right side, top of the circle. Fans on a wrister, falls to the ice. Intercepted by Jordan for Indiana just off the bench a moment ago. He takes a hit. Now we're going to get a penalty. 6-on-5 Indiana. Offenbach, shot right goal line. Deflected. Centering pass. One-timer Kenyon. Chest save made by Zerdzik to halt action. And now Indiana will be on a power play for 2 minutes. Kneeing is the call. And it goes to Ricky Phillips. So that'll bring Indiana to a man advantage for at least until the 4-minute mark. Indiana's got 2 power play goals today. They're 2 of 4. Face-off to Zerdzik's left. Jack Jordan takes the face-off against Matthew Vild. Off the draw, it's Vild winning it for Dayton. He whips it from right to left out of the zone. McNamara forced to play it for Indiana. 6 minutes to go in period 3 to lead 7-3 for the Cleveland Crimson. Fitzgerald, Jordan, Kenyon, Patton, and Cristiano, the power play unit for Indiana. Jordan right side, drop feed Cristiano, right half dasher below the goal line. His close-ended shot, chested by Zerdzik. He holds at the Dayton UD crest at his chest to halt action. 5:42 left in period 3, 1:36 on the Indiana power play with the Cleveland Crimson leading 7-3.
Casey, you mentioned the old school UD logo on the chest. That's from the 1940s, and that was the logo up until 1995 for Dayton.
So at that point, neither of us were alive in that entire time frame. Indiana controls off the face-off. It's Gerald out to center. Cade Kenyon meandering at neutral line. Centers the attacking zone off his skates, and it's Jordan for Indiana left side. Edged off the puck. Fitzgerald first to play it back in the neutral zone. You're 2001 or 2000? 2000. Yeah, you're 19. I was 1998, if anybody was wondering. Fitzgerald for Indiana, the team leader in power play goals with 4, back behind the net. Works it left side at the half marks. Some snow goes flying into the air as he puts on the brakes. Dishes it to Kissel. Back to Fitzgerald. Break right pass right side to Patton. His wrister wide. It's on top of the net, and that stops Glenn.
A cheeky attempt to keep the puck live as Champel threw his stick on top of the crossbar on the net and tried to flick the puck away, but the referees weren't having any of that nonsense.
You got to keep your stick blade below the crossbar in order for an avoidance of a high sticking call. That one a couple inches too high between going bar down on Zurdzic.
Now, Casey, for those of us born south of the 49th parallel, is it legal to smack the puck with your hand off the top of the net?
I don't know. You guys do it different in the south than we do in the north. Face-off, Indiana controls right side of Zurdzic. It's Krush having it below the right goal line. They work it straight away. Good fellow, left circle wrister, chesse by Zurdzic to stop play with 4.5 to go in period 3. 7-3 lead for Indiana. They're on the power play for 27 seconds.
On the power play, but they have yet to set up a real diamond offense or even an umbrella, Casey. The form has not really taken place, and this is an issue we saw in the previous games. Indiana's shape offensively wasn't there as we needed it to be or expected it.
Face-off to Zurdzic's right. Dayton controls the draw. They whip it from right to left as more lights come on. It's a little bit more white in the building instead of dark black. And now we get a whistle for an offside. Kissel entered the zone while Champel was way in the attacking third. 13 seconds on the Indiana power play. 4:19 to go in the game with Indiana's lead still at 4. It's a 7-3 advantage. Face-off at neutral ice down the right boards. It's Indiana controlling. They redirect the puck into defending third with Champel. 5 seconds on the Indiana power play, and we're back to full strength. Aiden Goodfellow zips past center. Nice in the attacking zone left side. Chip and chase at the goal line. Pins the puck to the wall. Stapled by a couple Dayton defenders. It rolls to the right point underneath Champel's stick. He redirects out to center. 4 minutes to go in the game. 7-3 lead for Indiana. They look to win their third consecutive game against the Flyers, who have started 0-9 in league play this season.
And Casey, the Dayton Flyers back in the day in 2013, 14, 15 were a powerhouse.
Shot close ended by Treggs, the right goal line, glove by McNamara to stop play. 3.5 to go. It's 7-3 Indiana.
Dayton Flyers have won 3 championships in the TSCHL, and they have fallen off since 2016.
That'll do it for you when your top 6 goal scorers retire in the span or graduate in the span of 4 years. Face off to McNamara's right. Indiana's got it. Hubbard past center, and now an offside is called. Josh Sharp, he blew a tire with Hubbard entering the zone. If that's not a representation of how Dayton's been feeling today, I'm not sure of what has been or what is.
Sharp shaking his head. It looks like he smacked the 14 on the back of his helmet onto the ice. A little shaken up.
Face off at neutral down the right boards. Hubbard for Indiana controls. Lost the puck in the slot. Palacios for Dayton. Rims it down the far wall. Bone cutter for Indiana. Staples it to the half dasher. Bobby Bradley for Dayton. Hands off Chittister. Left goal line. Bottom of the left circle. Wrister wide blocker side of McNamara. Rolls right side. Vile the shot. Deflected off the right half dasher. Sharp for Indiana maintains the zone. Gains the line. Right circle. Chip and chase to the goal line. He's edged off the puck with 3 minutes to go. Dayton trails 7-3. Hubbard plays a good shot from the goal line, and it's Zurdzic closing it off to stop play. We get a whistle for a stoppage. Sharp is exchanging some shoves. Cutter is as well, and he's got to be careful. Matthew Vild, he's not only the all-time leader in penalty minutes for Dayton, but he knows how to exchange some hands. It looks like he's going to be sent toward the box.
Casey, he's talking trash to the referees even. That is a gutsy decision by one of the leaders on this team. Bone Cutter got himself put in a headlock along the goal line, and he was pushed away by a linesman, and the play has continued to be a little bit rougher than what we expected.
Interference is the call on Vild. We'll have to vary up how many penalties have been used today, but with 2:50 left to go, it's Indiana on the power play for the remainder of the game, essentially, unless they can score on the man up. Now, wait a minute. We're going to get a late change. We're going to get 4-on-4. Yes, we are. Matching minors. Bone Cutter in the box.
Well, Casey, now I've got to change the graphic on the screen.
And just like that, they change it back to 5-on-4. The matching minors are on Dayton's file. That's been how today's gone in general. 4 minutes on the board, so Indiana finishes the rest of this game on the power play. Face off to Zurdzic's right. Indiana has it Right circle, Cade Kenyon, rink wide pass, Patton, top of the circles, his wrister deflected by Cristiano, rolls to the left goal line, Jordan picks it up for Indiana, left point to Fitzgerald, reads his way top of the slot, back to Jordan, left dot, he holds, he fakes, he shoots, blocked, and into the mesh to stop play. 2:27 left in regulation, Indiana leads 7-3, 3:38 left on the power play.
Referee's not thrilled with the scrappy play here at the end of this game, and Casey, this game would have to go into overtime and then some for the Flyers to be back to full strength, barring a goal.
Face-off, Zerdzik's right, one-timer, Patton, wide blocker side. It's Kenyon picking up for Indiana. Bottom of left goal line, looking middle, looking right. Angles toward the goal line, back to Jordan. Top of the circle, he centers, looks to Cristiano, deflected, kept in by Indiana. Fitzgerald, high slot, one-timer, deflected, rolls toward the left goal line. Jordan digs it in, backhands to Cristiano, intercepted Studnicka. Back to Jordan, weaves his way to Fitzgerald, left point. Straight away, slap past Cristiano, his wrister wide behind the net. Indiana right point, Patton swats it to the goal line. Indiana with Kenyon on a forecheck, and now Roehl clears the zone. 105 seconds left. Indiana leads 7-3. Jitster, right goal line, backhander deflected, and it's Jordan for Indiana. Left to right, he skates. Brings it behind Zerdzik, and it's Kenyon having it top of the left circle. He stick handles past a man, backhanded out of the zone by Phillips, out to center. 80 seconds left in period 3. Indiana up 7-3. Champel, left circle at the dot. He lost it, backhanded out of trouble by Traeger. Out to center, Krusch for Indiana. Straight away, top of the circles, in the high slot, left dot, his wrister chested by Zerdzik to stop play with 70 seconds left. Indiana leads 7-3.
One thing that's fun to watch when Vladislav Krusch is on the ice, he's one of the most self-confident guys on the team that I've seen. He's always willing to make the big play and get into the corner and muscle somebody off the puck, and he's never afraid to dance around with the puck in the slot as well.
Face off to the right of Zerdzik. Indiana controls. They're on the power play for 2:15, so essentially the rest of the game. Or exactly the rest of the game. Offenbach right goal line. Settles down the rolling puck. Stapled to the wall by JP. It's Krusch back behind the net. Holds in the backhand. Has it left goal line. Spins past Barola. Hands off Kissel in the trapezoid. Sticked away by Clark. It rolls right point. Goodfellow maintains his zone for Indiana. Swats the puck Offenbach. He's got it right point. 40 seconds left. Indiana up 7-3. Krusch back behind Cage. We're going to get a penalty. It's on Dayton. Indiana, Offenbach hands off intentionally toward Duford to stop play. What's the call? It's going to be on Phillips.
Be a high stick, Casey, and now there's more.
Phillips is exchanging words with Christian Champel. This is getting out of hand.
And Casey, we've got a second game in 12 hours or so.
Andrew Newman is pointing to his temple saying keep our heads, because the ACHA rules are if anybody gets a major in this game, they're disqualified and ineligible for the very next game.
Like a red card in soccer.
Vladislav Krusch, he had a major like that earlier this season. The penalty is on Phillips. It's a minor, so no major is called. Indiana now on a 5-on-3 power play the rest of the way. Face off to Zerdzik's left. Indiana controls the draw, but it splits both Patton and Ricky Miles, playing his first game of the season. Getting some garbage time moments for Indiana. 20 seconds left. Miles settles it down behind McNamara. It's the first win of the new year and a new decade for Indiana.
One more attack probably for the Cream and Crimson.
No, left circle. Wheels toward the slot. Holds bottom of the left goal line, and that'll do it. Bone cutter one last heave, and a 7-3 win for Indiana. They get swept by Miami last weekend, and they defeat Dayton in the first game of a home-and-home. The bench congratulates Cameron McNamara out to center, and Indiana picks up their 10th win of the season.
Now time for some contentious handshakes at center ice, Casey. This will be a very fun to watch second game tomorrow afternoon.
Indiana with the win improves to 10-9-1-1. Dayton falls to 2-18, an 0-10 record in the TSCHL. We'll break down the matchup and we'll preview tomorrow's 3:15 game at Frank Southern Ice Arena when the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University post-game show rolls your way next after this timeout.
7-3 the final score. Indiana picks up 3 points on the road here in Dayton, Ohio at the Kettering Sports Medicine Center. The victory over the Dayton Flyers, the first for the Cream and Crimson in the 2020 calendar year. And overall, they pick up their 4th win in league play, their 10th. So they stay above 500 on the season, Casey. Indiana making the most out of this road trip and will have a late drive home.
Well, unlike last week where Indiana got blasted 7-zip.
Unlike last week where Indiana got blasted 7-zip on the road against the Red Hawks, it's Indiana taking a 7-3 win today. And there were some times where Dayton came back late. Eric Chidster got a couple goals in the span of a few minutes, so that's something Andrew Newman will want to shore up on, and it will be something that Indiana has to build on for tomorrow.
Indiana scored 4 goals in the first period, 2 in the second period, and just 1 in the third, coming at the very start of the period. We recapped several of those goals, but it was Kissel credited with the final goal, the assist to Jordan, and that was his 3rd point of the night. Plenty of guys getting multiple points in the scorebook. It'll be fun to see these stats when they are put into the tracker online, because everybody getting a boost in their season statistics tonight.
Everybody is, and Cameron McNamara, it's not going to show, but 3 goals allowed in a game like today. It was a big performance. McNamara had to come up big after Indiana came up 0 against Miami. This was a big game for McNamara, and he may very well earn a second start tomorrow.
McNamara, very good in goal. He looked a little bit shaken up after the win tonight. He was headed to the locker room. He did take some body shots, to say the least. Casey, was almost like a UFC fight for him. He was charged into, barreled over, and just downright pummeled in the second period, and had a little bit of physical play just like the rest of the skaters on the ice in the third period. And he had to fight off and play through some adversity to keep going.
There are some times in this one where it looked like more of a WWE or mixed martial arts bout than it did a hockey game, but tomorrow in Bloomington it'll be interesting because teams that travel to the Frank are traditionally more physical, so I'd like to see how this transitions over.
And Casey, the reason the Frank is more physical is because there's physically less space on the ice. We talk about it all the time. The Frank Southern Ice Arena is a good 20 feet shorter than a lot of these barns, and the neutral zone is just a minute fraction of the ice compared to a lot of these spaces, so you can't have run-and-gun offenses like some teams such as the Miami Redhawks like to do. That was part of the reason the scores were such a stark difference between the home and away. Last weekend, obviously 7-0 loss for Indiana on the road at the Goggin Ice Center, and back at the Frank they only lost by 2 goals, and part of that was Miami just couldn't get enough space on the ice to work with, and Indiana was able to put their bodies in front of the lanes. And I think something similar to that will happen tomorrow with this physical play continuing.
It's the toughest aspect about adjusting to the Frank. Teams aren't able to work north and south. They have to go more east-west to accommodate the less space. So we'll see if Indiana goes for the sweep. They need it, with their next 2 weeks being against a very potent Bowling Green team and an Illinois State program that's been on the rise over the last couple of years.
That Illinois State game, 2 straight games at the Frank Southern Ice Arena to close out the regular season, and then it's on to the TSCHL playoffs in the postseason. Indiana riding the border in terms of the ACHA playoffs right now. Indiana 12th in the Southeastern Conference, and you have to be in the top 12 to make it to the tournament after the TSCHL playoffs. Casey, do you think Indiana has what it takes to make it into that extra tournament?
Well, first things first, they have to take care of business tomorrow. They have to get the sweep against Dayton 1 game at a time, and then they have to prepare for Bowling Green in a different way that they prepare for anybody else, as if their lives depend on it, because if they can get a win in the league play to close out league action, it'll help their cause.
Well, final score here from Dayton, Ohio. It's the Cream and Crimson of Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University 7 and the Dayton Flyers 3. Alongside me, the voice of Indiana hockey, Casey Roehl. I've been your pregame, intermission, and postgame host, Sam Wexler. We want to thank you all for tuning in to our brand new Twitter live stream here on the Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University Broadcast Network and the Hockey at IU Twitter page. Thank you for listening, and have a good night. We'll see you back at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon right here on the IU Hockey Twitter page.